Yo, what's up? It's soccer over there. Nick Leafy's eating a nice steak and leaving us hanging. That's okay. We can get Anglin out of the way before he arrives because I think that's why he does this now. I think he has learned the trick.
Uh-huh.
It's like, oh, if I don't show up, they're going to talk about England then, and I can avoid that and then just jump in when that part's done. I think Nick has learned the secret.
Okay.
We'll have to mix it up next time. But England is a big topic of discussion right now with today's result. Newcastle making life very difficult for Mikel Arteta.
Mm-hmm.
You got old Piers Morgan fuming on the Twitters, yelling and screaming like a lot of people like to do on the Bird app. Even that guy joins in. And now Arteta looking up at Tottenham, who is in a Champions League spot. And if Tottenham can manage a point, 1 point only, against Norwich, who is bye-bye.
Yeah.
Then Tottenham and Antonio Conte are going to the Champions League next year.
Yeah, Mikel Arteta said after the match that his team had, quote, nothing in the game, end quote.
That's a bit of a problem.
Yeah, losing 2-0 to Newcastle, and that could, as you say, it could bump them out. They had a 4-point lead over Spurs with 3 matches to play, and now you could be out of the top. You could be out of the top 4 for the 6th season in a row.
Look.
And Arteta said he was extremely disappointed after witnessing a performance he admitted was, quote, nowhere near the level if we want to play Champions League football.
Well, no. I mean, no offense to Newcastle, who could finish as high as 9th.
Yeah.
If things get really crazy. Yeah, Arsenal, come on, like, really, what you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, though, as people will do, and our old friend Pierce is doing on the socials, fire the manager, fire him, he's a bum, fire him.
Yeah.
Like they would get somebody better. I'm asking because I don't know who they would get that would be better.
Yeah.
That they would realistically get.
Mm-hmm.
I think Arteta can be a good manager. Now, question, because Antonio Conte did bring this up last time around, did he complain after the match about anything?
Let's see what his post-match
quote. Speaking about his team not playing well is not complaining. That does not qualify.
No. It appears that it was self-complaining. There was no external complainants that happened in this match.
So maybe he took Conte's advice to heart and did not bring the complaints afterwards. Yeah, I mean, Tottenham, all they got to do is get a point against Norwich. Yep. I think they're going to be okay in that regard.
Yeah.
Liverpool, 4 points back. They have 2 games to play. City has the 1 game left. Now, City did draw, but they are still in the driver's seat. But they are really banged up.
Yes.
Going into the last match. Now, what is on the table at the top of the Prem?
All right. Well, Manchester City right now, 1 match to go, 90 points. And their goal difference is a plus 72 because they put 5 on the board in their last 2 matches.
I think we can rule goal difference out of it because there is same number of goals scored, right? Or same number of goals allowed right now.
Right.
7 more goals scored for City.
Yes.
Barring something really stupid,
mm-hmm.
I don't think that's going to apply. Who is playing who to finish up?
Well, Liverpool, first off, has Southampton tomorrow.
Okay, number 15 in the table.
And they have been known to give up a lot of goals at points. So, I mean,
they have done that at least once a year. They've lost 3 of their last 4. They haven't won in those 4. Oh, okay. I mean, sure, whatever. Yippee. That doesn't really mean that much, John. And it's goal differential. It's a tiebreaker.
Yes.
How would you get to said tiebreaker?
Well, Manchester City, first and foremost, they would have to, in their next match, not get any more points. And they are at Crystal Palace, and right now they are a plus 133 favorite on the road for Championship Sunday.
Yeah, again, what I'm getting at here, John, is it's a 4-point difference.
Mm-hmm.
To get to the tiebreaker, first off, if City wins, it's over.
Yeah.
To get to the tiebreaker, City would have to lose at Crystal Palace.
Yep.
Liverpool would have to win 1 and draw 1
mm-hmm.
for that to even matter. That's a lot of big ifs. That's the lowest story on the board.
Yeah.
So City going to Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace has not lost in.
Wait, sorry, my
4.
bad. Sorry, I had my Manchester's mixed up. Manchester City's hosting Aston Villa. Sorry, United is at Crystal Palace.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're hosting Aston Villa.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You
So
just confused Manchester City and Manchester United.
I know I did. Manchester City's a minus 556 and Villa's a plus 1530.
That's a little different.
It is.
City's at home.
Mm-hmm.
Not at Crystal Palace.
No, they're not at Crystal Palace. That'd be Manchester United, sir.
They wear red. The other one wears blue.
Yes.
They don't. Go tell Liam Gallagher that you confused their schedules.
I'm sure that Liam would probably headbutt me. Yes, he would probably.
Yes, he would headbutt you, hit you with the mic stand, and call you a potato.
Well, that wouldn't be a stretch of imagination.
He calls his brother a potato. It's an ongoing thing.
Yes.
So Aston Villa, they have won 2 of their last 4, but they've lost and drawn in their last 2 on the road. Villa, they're 10th. In terms of the table on the road, they have gotten results in 3 of their last 5 on the road. They won their last match on the road. It was at Burnley. They drew the match before that at Leicester. They won at Leeds. Okay, that's the results they've gotten in their last 5 on the road. Yeah. Keep that in mind. They lost at Wolves and they lost at West Ham. What does Liverpool have left? And don't mix them up with Everton or people are really going to riot.
No. After the Southampton match tomorrow on Championship Sunday, they host Wolves, and the margins are about the same. Liverpool's a minus 526 at home. Wolves are basically a plus 1,500, but they're on the south side of 1,500.
Okay. So if things go chalk, then City will finish on 93 and Liverpool will finish on 92.
Mm-hmm.
If things go chalk. Do you think they go chalk?
I think so. I think they do. And I think that this will once again show and reinforce the notion that Manchester City and Liverpool are 1 and 2 in the Premier League and everybody else is fighting for third. They are far and ahead away of everybody else right now.
Yes, they are. Chelsea on the other end of the Champions League section. Chelsea is on 70 points. They have 2 games left. What do they have left?
Their next matches are a part of, what's the 19th? Thursday? Yes, Thursday. 3 matches on Thursday to get everybody square. To matches 37. So Chelsea is at home against Leicester on Thursday at 3:00. Chelsea's a minus 250. Leicester's a plus 750.
Okay. It doesn't really matter too much because Chelsea can't fall out of a Champions League spot. Arsenal only has 1 game left. They can't catch them. What does Chelsea have on the last day?
Chelsea on the last day hosts Watford. Thanks for coming.
What are you implying by that?
Watford is a plus 1670.
Okay. The game means nothing, so, whatever. Tottenham, they've got 1 left. Arsenal's got 1 left. What do we have?
Arsenal is a part of the Palace intrigue because Arsenal hosts Everton on
Isn't there always Palace intrigue in England?
That is true, yes. Arsenal's a minus 189 hosting Everton, who are fighting for their Premier League lives.
We'll come back to that portion of it.
9.
We're talking the Arsenal-Tottenham portion. Sorry, say that one more time. Arsenal is
minus 189 hosting Everton. Everton is a plus 509.
So Arsenal's at home. They're playing a team that has not been very good this year. What does Tottenham have?
Tottenham is at Carrow Road taking on the already relegated Norwich. Norwich is a plus 1,200. Tottenham is a minus 435.
Do you think Tottenham manages a point?
Yes, I believe so, yes.
Okay, so then the Arsenal result doesn't matter, and they can't fall out of Europa League spot there. They are good. Let's move 1 more spot down. We're talking European things. Manchester United are at Crystal Palace. Am I remembering correctly?
That is correct, sir, yes.
Thank you. What does West Ham have? Because West Ham could pass them.
West Ham could pass them.
They win and Manchester United doesn't.
That's a testy one at Brighton at the Amex. Brighton is a plus 156. West Ham is a plus 175.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to matter.
Mm-mm.
I think Manchester United gets what they need to against Palace.
I think so, yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think so.
So I think Manchester United avoids the Europa Conference League and West Ham goes there. So from John's wonderful layout of things where he mixed up the Manchester clubs, which I'm sure isn't going to upset anybody, it will finish as it currently is right now at 7:20 p.m. Eastern time on Monday night.
Market, yes.
City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham, Champions League, Arsenal, Manchester United, Europa League, West Ham, Conference League. Okay.
Yep, sounds good.
Let's go to the other end of the table.
Oof.
Norwich and Watford gone. Adios. 18th spot is Burnley right now. 17th spot safe is Leeds, 1 point more than Burnley. 16th spot, Everton. 2 games left. Burnley has 2 games left as well. 2 points safe. What does Burnley have left since right now they are in the relegation spot?
Burnley is part of the Thursday fun. They're at Aston Villa at a plus 277. Villa at home is a plus 104.
At Villa, who has nothing to play for. Okay. What is Everton doing in the midweek?
Everton is hosting Crystal Palace at a minus 105. So Everton is a home favorite hosting Crystal Palace, who is a plus 3.25, as they're keeping an eye on what's going on with Burnley at 3 o'clock. They start 15 minutes earlier, Everton does.
Okay. Everton could go to 39 points with a win there. That would keep them ahead of Leeds no matter what. Burnley could go to 37 if they win on the road. The most Leeds could get is 38. If I am doing my math correctly, if Everton wins, they are safe.
Yes.
Okay. Do they win at home in this match?
Oh, boy. Let's see. They don't have Branthwaite. They're going to have to figure out what to do. They won't have Rondon either because they had 2 red cards in the last match.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Yeah. Rondon came on for like a minute and a half, got a red, and then he's adios.
Yeah, good job.
Oh, boy. I don't think so.
You don't think they beat Crystal Palace at home?
I don't think they do. I think it's a draw.
Well, then what are you picking on the last day? You're with Arsenal there. It didn't matter because we thought Tottenham got the result they needed, but are you picking Arsenal to win at home on the last day?
Yes, I am.
So you are picking no more points for Everton?
Yes. I'm
so
picking.
You are leaving them at 36.
I had 1 point. I had a draw with Everton at Crystal Palace.
Okay, you have Everton drawing at home with Palace.
I have drawing with Crystal Palace and no points at Arsenal.
Okay. So you have Everton getting to 37.
Mm-hmm.
Burnley, what are their 2 games left?
Burnley is at Villa on Thursday.
Yes, that's not good.
Then they have to turn around and play at home on Sunday, and Newcastle is going to Burnley.
Okay. What do you think Burnley gets?
I think Burnley gets nothing.
Nothing. Nada.
I think Burnley loses at Villa, and I think Newcastle wins at Turf Moor on Championship Sunday.
So then Burnley's down in your scenario. It doesn't matter what Leeds does.
Yeah, I think Burnley's down.
What does Leeds have on the last day?
Leeds is at Brentford. Leeds is a plus 192 on the road at Brentford Community. The Bees are a plus 130.
Do you think Leeds gets anything out of that?
Brentford traditionally at home plays tougher than they do on the road. I think Leeds gets a result. I think they get a result. I think they draw Brentford on the last day. I think it's more of a celebration for Brentford staying up than anything else. I think that it's a draw.
Okay. So you think Leeds gets a point. So you are saying that Everton leaves it very badly, but Burnley is worse and they go down.
Yeah. Squeaky bum Sunday for Everton, but I think they stay up and Burnley goes down.
Okay.
For the benefit of those of us who appreciate the beautiful game.
So then you say you are going chalk on that end of it as well in terms of where they are right now.
I am going chalk.
Okay. I mean, I guess I'm not surprised by you going chalk.
Is anybody surprised by that?
No, they're not.
No.
Okay. I can't really argue any of it. I think City gets what they need on the last day.
Yeah.
they're in control of their own destiny. I think Tottenham gets what they need. They'll be fine. I think Manchester United avoids the Europa Conference League. So yeah, I agree with the chalk on that end. I think Everton gets what they need in the midweek, and they will be okay. They won't have to sweat it on the last day. I think Leeds and Burnley on the last day will be the sweatshop. And I think Leeds is going to survive barely.
Yeah.
Barely. But if Burnley gets anything out of the midweek,
yeah,
that's where it gets wild.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it gets really wild, because if they get a point, then they're both on 35. Leeds has given up goals for fun.
And they've got it. Leeds has to do it on points. They can't do it on goal difference because it's in the minus 30s. It's an number.
If Burnley gets anything, they go to Villa in the midweek, so I don't think they do. I think their better opportunity to get something's on the last day. That last day might be a lot of scoreboard watching.
Mm-hmm.
I think Leeds is going to need a result on the last day. I in your scenario, you say they don't, but they get a result. I think they're going to have a result.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have to get a draw, because I think Burnley at least gets a point out of these last two.
Yeah, I think that at Villa you're going to have the home finale in the midweek, and so I think that they're going to want to go out on their home schedule well, and so I think that Aston Villa gets a result against Burnley. I don't think Burnley gets any points. I think Villa gets the win. And,
I don't think Burnley gets anything out of that.
Yeah, and so then it's going to be Newcastle. So Miguel Almiron saves the Premier League from another year of Burnley. How about that?
I'd be fine with that. I'd be good with that. Leeds, when they hosted Brentford in December, it was a 2-2. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. And then Burnley and Newcastle, their earlier match this season, Newcastle won at home 1-0 in December. It's a very tight one. Last time they went to Burnley was April of last year, and they won. Newcastle did 2-1.
Yeah.
I think it's going to come down to that last day. I just wonder where Newcastle and Brentford's mentality is. I mean, they have nothing to get out of this. It means nothing to them. The other team's got everything to play for, so it could get weird because of that. I think Leeds has to get a draw, because I think Burnley comes up with enough to get a draw. We'll see.
Yeah, I think that, like I said, I think that Brentford's home finale is more of a celebration for them and them doing well in the Premier League, coming in, first time in forever that they've been in the top flight. And so I think it's more of a celebration. That one really could be the weirdest one on the board.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. Well, Brentford's pretty comfortable. How big of a celebration do they need to have?
Oh, I think it'll be a party. I think it'll be a rockin' party at the Brentford.
A rockin' party?
I think it'll be a rockin' party. Oh,
wow. Yeah. That's big time.
Yeah, I mean, they're in that group that, right there at 9-10. I mean, if you're your first year in the top flight in forever and you finish in the top half of the top flight, I mean, that's big. But still a fantastic season that Thomas Frank and everybody have done there. And Christian Eriksen has proved to be a great signing for Brentford, calming things down. They had a big losing streak. They signed Christian Eriksen, and he's been the guy that's been helping them put goals in. He's been that catalyst that they really needed. They got him in there, and they're going to try everything they can to keep him.
One story from the weekend, Everton are helping police after two Brentford players claim members of their family were racially abused in the stands. Monday with Morons is in Everton this time around. Ivan Toney and Rico Henry. Toney tweeted, "For the man that racially abused my family, I'll do everything I can to get you the punishment you deserve." Everton tweeted in response to that, "There is no place in football or society for racism. We are assisting Merseyside police to ensure the individual is identified and dealt with appropriately. Then Rico Henry tweeted and said, I never usually speak out on things that don't physically harm me or my family, but to see my mom upset after being racially abused by a few Everton fans brought fire to my stomach. I'll do anything for them. And whatever it takes to get the small minority punished, this is not acceptable and must be investigated immediately. I have not seen an update on anything yet, but Everton has pledged their help in identifying these people, and I hope they are banned for life from the stadium.
Absolutely. Mondays with morons transfers there, and they do not, those individuals, when they are found out, they do not need to be they don't need to be inside any soccer stadium for the rest of their lives.
Yep. If they can't act right, get them out. Eric Ten Hag has suggested that he would begin work today at Manchester United. He said there's a lot of work to be done. Yep, that's correct. Still building his staff. He's got work to do. Keen to bring his assistant from Ajax, Mitchell Vandergag, with him, as well as include Steve McLaren, who has been an assistant at Manchester United before under Sir Alex Ferguson. McLaren could be coming back to Old Trafford. We'll see. Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk set to miss the trip to Southampton tomorrow, as Jurgen Klopp looks to protect their fitness before the Champions League final. Liverpool did get it done over the weekend with the FA Cup, although that game looked like two teams that could barely stand up by the end of it. Yeah. Went to penalties. Liverpool gets it done. What are your thoughts on that one?
It was painful. It was a painful watch, and you kind of understood the caginess in the first 45, and then when you got to 60 minutes, it was just, they looked absolutely gassed, and it was just, can we get to the end, whatever the end is? I could just imagine all the players sitting on the pitch and on the benches, just, can we just get to the end, please? And they did, and so Liverpool got another trophy to add to the trophy case as they continue to chase the quad.
The quad?
The quadruple.
I don't think anybody's calling it the quad. Are they?
Unless they're talking about that's the front of the hamstring, right? That's the one that's in front, the quad, hamstrings in the back.
Yes.
Okay. So unless they're talking about the physical status of their athletes, it's quadruple.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think they refer to it as the quad in England.
Quad. Yes.
Are you trying to start something? Are you trying to make it fetch?
No, Gretchen, I'm not.
You said it. You said quad. You called it a quad. You're the only one who did it.
It was shorter than quadruple. It takes entirely too long to say quadruple. That's why I said quad.
Quadruple. It's two more syllables, John.
Yes, two more syllables. Quad. Bang. Next sentence. Ready to go.
Jeez. Anyway, I got nothing. What's going on in the EFL? They're adding VAR to all of the playoff finals.
Yes, and so
what? It's VAR. It's video assistant referees. It's what they have.
Yep,
they're using it. They're not using it for the semifinals, but they're using it for the finals.
For the finals, yeah.
Because all that makes total sense,
doesn't it? Though.
What's going on in the EFL?
Well, we had one of the championship playoff semifinals decided. Huddersfield Town knocking off those pesky underdogs of Luton Town. A goal in the 82nd minute by Jordan Rhodes gets the 2-1 aggregate victory for Huddersfield Town to send them to the Sky Bet Championship playoffs. It was a 1-1 draw in the first leg on Friday night. And so Huddersfield Town now waits for the winner of the other playoff, which second leg is tomorrow afternoon between Nottingham Forest, Poppy Miller's Nottingham Forest, and Sheffield United. Nottingham Forest currently is listed as your favorite to win in the second leg, as it is at a plus 124.
What was the first leg?
The first leg, sir, was Nottingham Forest winning 2-1 back on the weekend. So Nottingham Forest currently 2-1 in the aggregate, and they are a home favorite as they head toward League Two, the leg 2, tomorrow afternoon at 2:45.
Okay, I gotta work with you on setting these things up because you didn't build it. Nottingham Forest went on the road, to Sheffield United, and won the first leg 2-1. They have the home leg second. Mm-hmm. They are massively in the driver's seat.
They were a plus 274 heading to Sheffield United. So Sheffield United, the Blades have some work to do heading into the second.
Somebody got rich off of that one.
Mhm.
But Nottingham Forest is massively in the driver's seat to go on and face Huddersfield.
Correct.
In the most expensive game in football, as they say in England.
Yes, that is true.
It's not, but they like that.
The richest
hook.
game, yeah. And the League One playoff final is going to be this weekend. Sunderland is currently a big favorite over Wycombe Wanderers. And then on
that was the 5-6 where 3 and 4 got knocked out.
Right. And then on let's see, what am I looking at? 18th and 19th. What are those? So today is the 16th. So Wednesday, Thursday.
You have a giant desk calendar in front of you.
No, it's beside me and on the floor. I would have had to.
Why is it on the? It's a desk calendar. It's not a floor calendar.
Because it would take up too much space on the desk. And
but so isn't it for your desk?
It's for my own reference because I can write in large print.
So, okay, this is even more ridiculous. I need the Twitch pitch to follow along with me here for a second because I'm really confused. So, first off,
yes,
you were very excited to get a desk calendar.
Yes,
and it was referred to as a desk calendar. I don't need the because. I just need yes and no answers here.
Yes,
so you were very excited when you got the desk calendar.
Check.
When it came out for 2022. I remember your excitement.
Check.
But you don't keep your desk calendar on the desk.
No, I don't, because I don't have enough space on my desk for said desk calendar, because to do the show, I have the large monitor in front of me, the keyboard that is attached to the computer in the large monitor in front of me.
You could have the keyboard on the desk calendar. And
then I have the headset and the audio board off to the right-hand side to go with my filing cabinet right here off to the right-hand side that I have, folks who are watching on the left. And then I have my laptop off to the left where I can look at things like the Twitch pitch, like Opta or SofaScore. I have that second reference point here, and it's taken up all of the space on the desk.
Yeah. So where does your desk calendar usually reside?
Off my left hip down here on the floor, sir.
So your desk calendar is a floor calendar.
Check.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Because it's like pulling. Wow. It's like I can pull it right out to the side. I can bring it right up here, and then I can start writing on it. And you see all the things that we've done.
You could use your phone, just like right there. Just ding, ding. I have something to do.
You're anticipating me knowing how to orient my Google Calendar and my new phone.
I'm expecting you to, at a minimum, use your desk calendar on the desk, not the floor. I didn't think that was too big of an ask, but I guess it is.
Well, my desk calendar is rather big, and I like Will's idea of getting a bigger desk, but I don't quite have the room to do that.
Do you have an elementary school desk in front of you that's tiny?
It's a little bigger than the elementary school, so probably middle school.
No, it's not. It's not one of those that's like connected to the chair that you have to slide into.
No, because I can take my chair, and it's one of those medicine ball chairs, and I can.
It's not even a chair. Okay, this is ridiculous. He's got a desk calendar that's not a desk calendar; it's a floor calendar. And he's got a chair that's not a chair; it's a ball.
That is true, and it's a ball on wheels to make sure that my posture is.
It's not a ball on wheels; it's a wheel. It's a ball. A ball is a wheel. It doesn't have more wheels.
Yeah, it does actually.
It's a ball that has more wheels.
Yeah.
What kind of a world do you live in, John? This is bizarre. Good grief.
That's the chair
that is exploding.
That is the chair that I currently sit in, sir. It wheels itself on the floor, and it maintains my posture so I don't hurt my back.
Will, he cannot build a bigger desk. No, he cannot use power tools. No,
you don't want that. No, I would hire out for that. You don't want me to touch anything like that.
I think he is an alien airborne DJ. I think so. He has a ball on wheels. It is unbelievable.
Yeah.
He doesn't put the desk calendar in the desk, and he has a ball with more balls underneath it to roll around because the ball doesn't roll around enough.
Check.
All right. I don't have his music. I don't care. He might still be eating. Nick, I need your help.
Oh, what's happening?
John has a desk calendar that he doesn't keep on his desk. He keeps it on the floor.
Right here. Easy access.
The desk calendar's funny enough as it is. And he has a chair that's not a chair. It's a ball, but it's not a ball by itself. It's a ball that has wheels.
Uh-huh.
Because the ball doesn't roll around enough as a ball. What in the blue hell is happening, Nick Alifi?
I mean, look, at this point, we should know that there
I know, but
things.
it still went. I'm like, what?
You know what? One on the weird ball chair thing. I salute John for attempting to incorporate some level of fitness at all
Sure.
into his daily life.
Yeah.
But does the ball need wheels?
I mean,
The top of my head would be about right here if it did not.
Okay,
I will
so
say this.
you created that scenario. You didn't buy a medicine ball with a chair for the ball itself with wheels. Or did you?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, I understand that, because if you're in some office, like one of these open workspaces, you know what? We have ourselves an open, expansive workspace, i.e. anyone with ADHD is going to be out of the office and fired within about 3 months. Because you can't pay attention to a damn thing.
Yeah.
I don't want the exercise ball directly on the floor, because when Steve comes by and pokes his head over the cubicle, hey man, what's going on this weekend? And he's like,
Steve usually does sound like that too.
yeah. And Steve's like shoving nachos in his face, and I don't want my exercise ball to roll around on that. I'd rather have the office wheel things in place to keep the ball.
That's
elevated.
still weird to me. That's not as weird as the desk calendar being kept on the floor.
That makes no sense to me. I
got nothing for that.
Hey, look, man.
I don't hate John's back, Katie Weaver. I don't hate his back. I just don't know why the medicine ball needed more balls attached to it. Okay, that's all. I didn't get it. I didn't understand.
Right, and yeah, Coco, I know, because
Steve's always next.
Steve is there
Yes.
before you arrive. Always,
Yeah.
Steve is there before you arrive. Your first day. They're like, oh, we've got this great place right by a dedicated coworker who's going to help you on board. And then you go over and say, hey, Steve, man, what's going on? I'm hanging out this week with my old frat brothers. You always end up next to that guy. And the reason why that seat's always open is because Steve ensures that every other person there is out within 3 months.
Yeah, or they go and work from home.
Right.
They want nothing to do with Steve.
Nothing to do with Steve.
Steve is the repulsion momentum of the office, and make sure that everyone will either work where Steve is not, or they will not work in that office, period, because Steve has repulsed them so much to where they don't want to work there.
Right.
Couple more questions before we move on from this madness that is John's life. Can we hang your desk calendar and make it a wall calendar? Because that makes more sense than a floor calendar.
No, we cannot.
Damn it.
Well, I mean, you look at the wall behind him. It's like a mini Hall of Fame for scarves and memorabilia. There's like an AEW scarf back there.
And it does not. Yeah, see, AEW is right here.
There you go.
Yeah. Greenville Liberty from Friday night from our road trip. Greenville Liberty right there. Now, if I was to detach my camera and show everyone the rest of Office HD, you would see that there is absolutely no wall space to hang a wall calendar.
Zero wall space.
Like you couldn't create wall space?
No.
What would
you got
take
very
his
upset
place?
about that. I don't know. I'm just trying to get his wall. Trying to give him a wall calendar as opposed to a floor calendar.
Well, I actually like the idea of reaching down to my left, and I can sit here and put it in right, and I can just put it right back. I don't have to sit here and lift a keyboard, put the keyboard off to the side. Oh, look, there's a desk calendar, and I can't get to the 18th of the month because things are blocking it down here.
Craziness. It is 2022. You could use a phone. Will wants to know if you financed your waterbed.
I would have had to have had a waterbed first and foremost.
You did. I'm actually surprised by that. I would have expected you to have had a waterbed at some point in your life.
Too much maintenance, man.
Oh, that's true. I don't know. For some reason, I just could have imagined.
How many CDs? How many CDs in the collection are VHS tapes?
How many, John?
Actually, most of them they're up on the second level, and they are with the television up there.
CDs or the VHS tapes?
Both.
How many VHS tapes do you still have?
Oh, goodness.
Phoenix, I'm not hating on paper. I'm just laughing at the paper. That's
all.
Yeah. I mean, I do. Hey, I do that sometimes too when I get into like certain parts of my ridiculous schedule. Like last week, or more, actually much more the week before, where I was back and forth with Macon. I have it on my phone. I always put stuff on my phone. I always set reminders like way ahead, earlier if it's games. But when I get in and I'm like more in like final prep mode, I will write stuff down more just to write it and think about it and plan out. He does that too.
Yep.
You do that and you write it down on a paper calendar. This is absurd.
Yeah. Well, the writing it down, this is the week that is. And
it's not on the calendar.
It's on the calendar
it's
as
on the calendar.
A backup, yes.
The calendar's a backup. I mean,
you said a desk calendar. I did not realize it was full.
Yes. Yeah, and he keeps it on the floor.
Absolutely, because it doesn't fit on my desk.
See,
there you go, right there. That is the desk calendar. It is desk calendar size, and it is right on the floor. And the week that I am currently going through is where we have the notebook.
You write it again.
Yeah, in case anything else pops up that's not desk calendar worthy.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't
know. What doesn't make it to the desk calendar that makes it to the notebook?
Going to the eye doctor today at 12:30.
That didn't make it to the desk calendar?
It's right here.
What do you use the desk calendar for then? Now I'm really confused.
All the games that we go to, all the public appearances, all that kind of stuff. All of the larger events go to the desk calendar.
Okay. I guess.
The smaller events and the more present tense stuff goes on the weekly notebook, and all the show times and all the editing and all the things that I have to credit when we're cutting shows, which will be up on the network tomorrow morning, by the way. They're on the left.
There's no show tomorrow morning, right?
No show tomorrow morning.
No.
We're golfing.
Yes, but we do.
You can come golf with us, Nick, if you want to.
I would make Charles Barkley look like
irrelevant material to the argument.
You haven't seen Jarrett yet, and I think you two might have a great conversation.
I've told a story, right, about the PGA Tour Superstore.
I don't think so.
No? Oh my God! Okay, new story time.
Oh jeez.
So there was a time.
Yeah, welcome to soccer over there, everybody.
Right, welcome to soccer over there, by the way.
Grab a beverage.
There was a time when 92.9 was not the game, but Dave FM.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so they were
awesome on their Music Jeopardy show one time.
Yeah, and see that there was a time period when it was called Adult Album Alternative. I believe was the
AOR,
category.
baby.
Yeah,
no, that's not AOR. That is absolutely not AOR.
AOR, Adult Album Alternative.
It's AAA.
Yeah, AAA.
AAA station. Yeah.
AOR is like
96
1975 album-oriented rock.
Not 96 rock, and when they were 96.1. 96 rock is AOR.
Right. And sorry. The program director at the time, he's already his name. Scott Jameson was a guy who was
he was checking
I had to make sure because
you were checking statute of limitations before you dropped.
Well, there were a list of people who we were not allowed to mention under any circumstances. You could not physically name them, not even within the confines of the building with no one around. You could not name them. So Scott Jameson was a huge fan of the PGA Tour Superstore, and apparently he knew people on some executive level there.
I'm a fan of the PGA Tour Superstore. I like it.
Good for you.
And Arthur owns it, Arthur Blank, so that's cool.
Good, even better. And so...
are you not allowed back in a PGA Tour Superstore, Nick?
Not without mockery. So,
okay.
We're waiting for this golf pro who's supposed to show up and explain what makes the PGA Tour Superstore so great for the average golfer to come in. And they have a big tennis court in there as well, which PGA Tour Superstore, but I don't know why
they do
tennis court in there, but they do tennis. So,
it's like a desk calendar on the floor, Nick. I mean, come on.
Right. And so, we're playing tennis for a minute. The guy's still not coming. We're done playing tennis. And finally, we're like, all right, we're going to walk around the store. Scott's going to shop. I'm going to just do whatever it is because I'm the last person on earth who should be golfing, period. And I stumbled by this. They have like a sand trap, right? So they have the sand trap establishment thing.
Yes.
And they have the golf. There's a golf pro there. Yes. And he's like, hey, man, you want to take a couple of swings?
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, no, I don't. And I get the same thing. Oh, it's no problem. Come on. Hey. He's like, I'll tell you this. I can get anybody out of a trap. You get me 30 minutes. I'll get anybody out of a trap. 45 minutes goes by. The guy says, I can't help you. Please put the clubs down. So with that, I mean, it was just, I'm telling you, no, I can't even do Top Golf. I go to hit the ball. It just goes right over the lip. The golf clubs end up bent. And
we're going to get you out for Top Golf. We're going to have an SDH Invades Top Golf night at some point this summer for sure.
All right. And I'm just telling you the story. And that is that the golf pro at PGA Tour Superstore, whose claim to fame is he could teach anyone in the world how to get out of the sand trap.
But one.
In 30 minutes. He now has that one person. There's this one clown I tried to help this one time, and he can't come back in the store again. So
Jarrett's actually here early tonight. This is crazy.
I thought I was actually being talked about there for a second.
No, not yet. We'll do that on Wednesday after you golf with us tomorrow. Nick is already swearing off of it, but we're going to get him out to Top Golf at some point this summer.
Oh, Nick, you're going to show up.
No, but I will go the full length and do the really like crazy old school outfit on occasion.
That's cool.
So that's something I'm willing to occasionally do. I love like the old, like, God bless him, rest his soul, Payne Stewart.
Yeah.
The old Payne Stewart look.
The knickers, and he would do the NFL team wherever he was. Yeah, that was cool.
So he had the cool hat going.
Sure.
I'm a fan of Payne Stewart's hats, yes, of course.
Yeah. And
of
yes,
course you are.
He had the socks and everything. It was great. It was wonderful. But
the one time where we're thinking we should replace Vern Lundquist calling Augusta with Harry Callis.
What?
Yeah. Payne Stewart's dressing like football teams wherever he is. Yeah. Have Harry Callis call it.
No, see, look, and what
was Nick Payne Stewart's on the 15.
I'm sure Harry Callis did golf at some point in his career.
Let's check. Harry Callis can do anything he wants. God rest his soul.
Yep. You don't want me swinging golf clubs with adult beverages.
At Top Golf, you will. We just might have to make sure you have the little short.
We had a work outing at Top Golf, and my boss at the time, God bless her, was like, Nick, just swing the damn club. And I'm like, no, I'm not. It's a matter of your mother blanket employment now. Swing the club.
That's what I'm talking about.
And so, yeah. I mean, she's a mom of 3, so she's ruthless.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was like Friday the 13th didn't have as much machete action as me with the golf club thing. I mean, people are kind of looking like, oh my God. Yeah. Luckily,
what's wrong with them?
Yeah.
I told them earlier, Nick, that when we did this with my company, right when you get done with your initial training, they do a team outing, and we did ours. And if you've been to Top Golf, Nick, you have that line that says like stand behind this line to avoid bodily injury. That line's like a foot too close because of my wingspan.
Or just back up against the wall.
We went bowling for one of our team outings, and those, I clipped one of the TVs that hangs above the bowling alley.
Good grief.
Good Lord.
With the backswing?
With my backswing with a bowling ball. Like,
there you go.
Because I bring it.
I can cook in the alley.
You're like.
I bring it almost 90 degrees up. And then hang it there for a second, and then I don't throw it super. I don't try and throw it super hard. I just kind of let the momentum do the work.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna have to have a SDH outing at Top Golf, and I guess we're gonna have to have an SDH outing at a bowling alley.
Make sure we have an SDH paramedic on site too.
Well, yeah, because Comet Lane's over in Decatur. I think they still exist. So
they still exist. Yes. Yes. There's quite a few bowling alleys that still exist.
Yeah,
it is still.
See, I can cook at the lanes.
Okay.
I can cook.
We'll see how this goes.
Turner, I have the same problem with my golf swing. Is I've spent too much time swinging a baseball bat, so I snap my wrists if I'm not careful, and then everything takes about a 70-degree turn to the right. So I have to very, very consciously, swinging a golf club, keep my wrist straight.
You're going to hit the ball sideways. It's going to be hilarious.
Yeah. So we just line him up sideways. Line him at a 45-degree angle, and everything.
You don't know which sideways it's going to go.
See, that's my dad.
You think there's going to be consistency with him?
See, that's my dad. My dad, you have to. I mean, he does it like the Caddyshack. Like, he aims this way, and everybody's like, why are you aiming the ball at us? and like he hits and the slice carries it down the fairway. Oof. I mean, he puts the ball where he wants it to go. He just, I mean,
if you have consistency, you can play. We could have a darts tourney too, airborne DJ. Sure.
Oh man,
I don't know if I trust being around darts and Nick though.
No.
Oh no, I can throw. No, I'm good. I'm good with
that. I'm sure you're good, but I just don't want to get hit with one.
Jason's regretting this entire thing. Like Jason's regretting literally every bit of this.
You know, we have this segment called Picks of the Week that is all trash talking, right? You think there's not going to be trash talking at darts?
I mean,
that's all there is
to do in darts and bowling.
Look, man, I'm just saying the grip gets a little slippery when the trash talk starts elevating. That's all.
That's why
it's going to be like Ted Lasso without the heartwarming story.
No, it's gonna be. Let me tell you about the time that I was screamed at in a bar, and then I put accidentally 3 darts in the back of this dude's head. He lived, but it's
let me tell you about the time in college when we used darts as weapons, throwing them down the hall.
Right.
At each other.
Soccer for Good OG. We need to find a course for foot golf. Steel Canyon has eliminated their foot golf. I'm disappointed.
Tragedy.
Jarrett was furious.
Oh yeah, well I was trying to schedule a company outing there.
Yeah,
because I convinced everyone, hey, let's cut out of work early. We'll all put our out of office on. We'll head over there at like 1:00, play for a couple hours, then get out of there around 4. And then I pull it up, and sure enough, Steel Canyon has shut down their foot golf permanently.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said too. Soccer for Good OG. I know Rum Creek in Stockbridge does it. There were a couple others that added it. I think Orchard Hills, like in Noonan, added it, but I don't know if they still have it. So we'll have to wait and see.
We got to be able to pull our cash and make something like that happen. I mean, there's got to be some like maybe the area over by Third Rail Studios over in Chamblee. Like they can't build anything on the GM plant because it's like so toxified.
Yeah,
but isn't Gray Television going to be building?
So let's go hang out over there.
Let's go hang out there where it's toxified. Yes, I like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, man,
this is like those occupying forces of Russians who are like, we're going to hold Chernobyl. Okay, cool.
There used to be like an old Dan Aykroyd skit on Saturday Night Live where he would pitch like these really dangerous toys.
The Bassomatic 76.
Like it's the bag of glass. You let the kids play with this for hours on end.
Yep,
it's like a bag of broken bottles.
Exactly, it was. Yes.
I mean, come on,
Welcome to soccer over there. To Eastern Europe?
Basically, yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. This summer is going to be stupid. It looks like with lots of events. I'm assuming now. I shouldn't have ever said anything. I delete the show. All right,
let's your own worst enemy, buddy.
Basically, yes. Let's move on to. We've talked about England and pretty much think that it's going to be chalk where things stand. Burnley and Leeds seems like the biggest last day bit of drama.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Let's go over to Italy, Nick.
No.
Your boys. Your boys.
If he talks about it, he might jinx it.
All they have to do is draw on the last day.
You see, he's gone to the beer.
All you have to do is sink this 3-foot putt, Nick.
It's not even a 3-foot putt. It's a 3-inch putt. You're at Sassuolo. All you got to do is draw against the 11th place team in the league that's conceded 63 goals this season. Can you do it?
He's getting a migraine already.
Nick, what happens when that first goal for Sassuolo goes in the 8th minute?
Well, Nick, do you want to know what Sassuolo's record is at home this year?
No.
At home, they're 12th in the table.
Yeah.
But at home, Sassuolo is 6-6-6.
Wow.
The mark of the beast.
And that's where Milan is
this
going.
Game. Milan is against the mark of the beast to try to make something happen.
That's where Milan's going.
Makes sense considering many people thought that the mark of the beast in Revelations was in reference to Roman emperors because they were dicks.
Look, in Italy, we are the most superstitious, most negative thinking, everything's going to go wrong, the whole world is terrible when you have something on the line. Mm-hmm. But I don't know why Schadenfreude is like a German thing. It should have been like they should have had an Italian name for it because there is no one on earth who revels in the misery of their enemies quite like we do either. And so I've got to look toward Cagliari and hope that they can like hold Inter to a draw. And meanwhile, we've got to go take on the mark of the beast. And
I can't believe they're 6-6 going into this. That's just amazing.
Right?
That's that.
It is.
There's a monastery somewhere in Milan that is just going to take this a step too far.
No, we're gonna I'm telling you, no, it's gonna what's gonna happen is they're gonna go to the Duomo in Milan, and if you have never seen the Duomo in Milan, it is unbelievably beautiful. No joke, it is. The intricate carving, especially on the spires, is some of the best you'll see anywhere in all of Italy. And inside the columns are, I mean, like it would take like 6 or 7 of us, arms fully extended, to even like come close to wrapping around these columns on the inside. It's, it's absolutely nuts. But they as you walk, toward the back part of the church, you're going to see all of these glass cases with saints in them. Right. And I guarantee you, Milan's investigating the likelihood of being able to haul somebody's saints out and take them to Sassuolo and be like, hey, look, we're just gonna put the saints on the ground. OK, we're just gonna put the saints on the ground for a little while. We're going to have, Father Guido Sarducci's going to come in, and he's going to,
How many saints can you uninter without like damning your soul?
Ooh.
For the right price, I'm sure it can be done. With Look, I mean, worst. Look, you get it. The worst is you end up in purgatory for like 200 years or something.
I was about to say, man, but purgatory is just it.
Right.
Look, I mean, come on, y'all had to have read the cantos, right? Like, it's not great, it's not bad. It's just it's kind of there. It's kind of like inland Florida, like
it's TV with lots of commercials.
Purgatory is like inland Florida, sure.
Yeah,
no, like being at the villages.
No, that's actually its own circle.
Yeah,
they left that. That's like the 38th canto that got left out.
Okay.
Question from Will: what would happen to your soul if Milan wins by losing, but Inter also loses?
By an inch or a mile, if you're across the line, you're across the line. I mean, I don't even care.
That would almost be funnier.
Yeah.
But you'd have to be Inter like losing badly, so you're not completely freaking out.
Yeah. No, it would have to. I mean, it'd be like if we lose like 1-0 and Inter loses, and we still like win. The only thing that hurts is our ability to talk trash. Which I'm okay.
Oh no, you should still talk. I hope. Nick, remind me, does Italy have VAR?
Yeah.
They do.
Oh yeah. If we had to have VAR. If any place had to have VAR, Italy had to have VAR.
Because I say that thinking, in a perfect world, it would be hilarious if this all ends on Inter giving up a goal that was clearly not supposed to be a goal, but then was allowed.
I mean, look, it's Handanovic. I mean, it's completely possible that, Handanovic is going to do one of two things for Inter. He's either going to put on the absolute nuclear-fueled game of his life, or it's going to be like Chernobyl 1984. It's one of the two. There's no in-between, no middle ground on this. And because that dude's had some howlers, but Inter's cooking, man. I mean, they are absolutely.
That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Milan.
It doesn't matter. It absolutely
doesn't matter because Milan's played 18 games on the road, and they've only not gotten a result one time. One time, and you got to go to Sassuolo. That's terrible.
Wow.
That's terrible.
Wow.
No. If you ever ask an Italian what they're, when they're job hunting, what companies they're applying for. They're not going to tell you. How did your interview go? Nope. There's this thing that's supposed to be coming down the pipe, right? Nope. We're not talking about it. Because if you put it out in the universe, then the bad stuff happens, right? It all falls apart. Other weird superstitions. You don't ever put a bag on the ground. Italians don't put bags on ground. Because whatever you put on the ground belongs to the underworld. So you don't like the food and all that. You don't eat the food
John, your calendar belongs to the underworld.
Your calendar belongs to the underworld.
Because
are spices the same way? Like you don't hand someone something. You have to put it on the table and they pick it up.
See, I haven't messed with that. I do the salt thing over the shoulder. I don't put the bags on floors. You don't put anything involving money on the floor. You don't put your wallet on the floor. You don't put a purse on the floor, backpack, anything that holds money, you do not put on the floor. It's a no-no.
Hades was the original bag man, is what I'm hearing.
Yep. And so
is it an Italian thing not to put your hat on the bed?
I mean, I don't put hats on beds. But
I don't either. I picked it up in a movie when I was like in high school, but I can't remember what the reference was.
Yeah, but for me, it's all about the big things are you don't eat stuff off the floor. You don't again.
Really, the Italians have never been toddlers.
Yeah. I mean, you do what you want to do.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying I've got a toddler and more than once.
Look, the Duchess is like, I mean, she's like 2 steps from being the crocodile hunter. She doesn't care about much of anything.
No.
So
okay, the hat on the bed, it's a cowboy thing. Sorry, it's not an Italian thing.
Well, it's believed to have started because people thought evil spirits lived in the hair. Most likely, these evil spirits.
So really, Nick and Jason just getting rid of evil spirits.
People went indoors and removed their hats. The static electricity in their hair popped and crackled.
Evil spirits.
Yeah. See, Ricky says it's a black thing not to put hats on beds, especially
a cowboy thing. It seems like
leaving a hat on a bed isn't always associated with evil spirits. In some Jewish families, leaving a hat on a bed was believed to portend a death in the household that owned the bed.
Jeez,
Jesus, I got dark. My favorite thing about the Italians. I
remember what movie I saw that in, because I remember specifically like it was a movie when I was in high school and I saw it and it stuck with me, and I have never thought about putting a hat on a bed, and if I've even been close to doing it, I freak out.
One of my favorite things is that the Italian version of like saying good luck to somebody is what, if I'm not mistaken, roughly translates to "in the mouth of the wolf," and the wolf dies. So like you get
it was drugstore cowboy. Sorry, okay,
as close as humanly possible to death, and then good luck in the mouth of the wolf, and the other person says, "and the wolf dies" in Italian.
Jeez.
Yep.
Okay.
They believe it will invite bad luck into their home if you're a cowboy.
Can you do something for good luck before this game, Nick?
No.
No?
No.
You just have to suffer?
Can't sacrifice a live chicken or anything?
No.
I think the suffering will be worth it, Nick.
Look, how was I during the Euros, guys?
Mess.
Inconsolable.
Absolute mess. Somebody scores. Oh my God! It's over. We're done. We're finished. It's death.
Yeah, you were broken in the 3rd minute of the final.
Yeah,
there were some overreactions.
And the thing is, though, is that's the only way, because Italians cheer things on the back end because we all know it's all going to fall apart. England may have ran half the world at one point. Now they're running something the size of Michigan. That's their business. But the empire didn't really fall per se, right? I mean, like you had places around the world.
They just ceded leadership.
You can have your territory.
Yes. You can have your territory. It's all quite fine. Yes.
Yes, and they still recognize the queen and all that mess. Man, walk around Rome, and everywhere you see is busted up ruins. Right, everything fell apart. Anywhere in Italy, busted up ruins that all fell apart. It's built into the blood to know that it all ends. It all ends. None of it goes well in the end, right? So, we are a secretive group. We are a very superstitious group. There's always a little bit of shade in everything. Like ask an old Italian woman for a recipe, and they're going to leave out 1 or 2 ingredients because you can't win as much as I do. Like,
it's mine. You can't have it. So I'll give you.
Most of the Southern women I know are that petty too.
Yeah, right. It's pettiness. Yeah, it's pure pettiness. And so, like, however it goes, I refuse to even put it out there. I'm going to be a disaster zone, and I'll be a disaster zone maybe 20 minutes after it's over. And so there are people say Nick's going to do a 3-hour rock and Dusty mashup.
Of course he is.
But
you can't think about it right now.
No, we can't enjoy anything in the moment.
It's at noon on Sunday. Luckily, I will be driving in a car at that point, coming back from Nashville. So I will miss your
notifications are just going to be.
Yeah.
Nick live cam or something.
I'm going to have to make sure the notifications are turned off so I don't get distracted driving from Nick freaking out.
The only time I'll freak out is when and that's if I watch it. I may not even watch it.
Just lock yourself in a room and turn all the lights out.
I may not even watch it. Because when Milan was playing this past weekend, we were walking up to Mercedes-Benz, and I said, Jack,
I saw you walk in your Milan shirt.
That's right. I had the black old school 06.
I saw your name on the back.
That's right. And I kept asking Jack, I'm like, what's the score? Okay, Milan 1-0. Okay, all right. And then later on, Dad, it's 2-0. Most dangerous league in sports. So that's how we are, though. Look, that's why. Look, I used to work for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? And the season, the Tony Dungy's last season,
touchdown Tampa Bay,
and Gruden's first season. Boy, talk about a difference in those two.
Oh yeah.
And I was a Tampa fan for a long time, and then some things happened, and I'm like, I'm not doing that anymore. Thanks. And so I could have picked any team I wanted. My great uncle played for the Philadelphia Eagles, and so that was very close. But I was like, I want to be able to take the kids to occasional game or two, that work. And I'm used to the automatic suffering of Falcon fans. That, like, even if you're winning huge, you can't enjoy it. There's nothing you can enjoy about it. So I'm like, okay, I'll be a Falcons fan. It felt natural. The color scheme worked.
Oh, I will never enjoy a close Falcons game again.
Oh yeah, never again. Never again. And no, like during the Euros, I was, trust me, as terrible as I was on the production thread, in person, it like everybody in the room was like, we can't watch this with you. Like, it is you are a dark, evil wormhole of negativity. Like, it's like Event Horizon. We've somehow opened a portal to hell, and all of this evil, dark spirit energy is coming out of you. And so when Donnarumma saves the last penalty and does like the slow walk off because he forgot that, I guess, we won. Everyone around, all the Azzurri fans around the world immediately were like, oh my God, what went wrong? And the rest of the world is like, Italy are the champions. Italy has done it in Wembley. And all of us around the world are like, oh my God, something's going to happen. Where's VAR? He's going to get a re-kick. I mean, they're celebrating, and we're still waiting on the VAR call to come down.
Nick, I can tell you I did the same thing with Scotland when they got through the penalties just to get into the Euro. Like, they make the save and everyone just kind of freezes and like, oh my God. Wait, they're celebrating? The refs are shaking hands and walking. Oh, we're done. Oh my God.
I'm so glad I don't consume sports like you guys. I'm so glad.
That's why I tell people, when I tell people, hey, look, sports are for enjoying, man. Sports are for enjoying. Keep it fun. It's not because I'm trying to live like on this higher plane of existence. I don't want you to be like me.
I'm not. I don't want to be
like me.
I don't want to be at all.
Oh no.
There was almost something freeing about the Super Bowl game because, like, I watched it with one of my best friends in the world who is a Steelers fan. He's from Akron, so like he has consumed a lot of Pittsburgh and Cleveland sports, which just is such an up and down existence, like a violent existence. Mm-hmm. But he still describes, he's like, you just sat there and watched all this unfold and you just didn't even really react. Mm-hmm. And it's like, there's something about 28-3 that broke me in a sense of, like, with the Falcons, I'm never comfortable, right, but I don't get upset about it. Like, I'm not going to fight anyone about it. I think it's hilarious at this point. Like, when the, 2019, where they, or 2018 or 2019, where they're just blowing lead after lead. I'm like, okay, now this is just in your DNA, and you're going to need a blood transfusion at this point. I still carry a lot of, like, anxiety for some, like with Celtic during the season, when they get into Champions League next year, there will be anxiety. It's sports specific for me at this point.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, I had one of the most interesting social experiments with 28-3. I was in Boston watching it in a Patriots fan's house.
Oh my.
With multiple Patriots families, and the husbands of the group were actually in Houston, dressed as Patriot Pete's, on the front row in the end zone, and they were trying to call out at halftime. So I got to see the other side of 28-3 through that whole prism, being in Boston that night.
Mm-hmm. I wish them nothing but sadness for the rest of their days.
Yeah, I was at the Weaver's house. Katie and Jeff were kind enough to invite us over, and we're watching the game. And there's one Patriot fan in there, and the guy was so depressed. The guy was so depressed the whole time. He's like, man, we had a good run. It's finally coming to an end, man. The Falcons are so great. And he's looking around at all of us, and like he can feel the tension in the room. And he's like, what's wrong with you guys? Like, what? You guys should be like going nuts right now. We're like, no. You haven't been here long enough, bro. We've seen this dance way too many times. We know how it's going to go.
I swear I didn't have any of that mentality going into
it. You could have read it on my face like a magic marker.
Afterwards, I did. But going into it, the Falcons they'd never been there, really. They never had a history of blowing leads until then. I think we have a little bit of, like, different memories of it now. With the Atlanta sports curse, that's a different conversation that people would talk about. That's different. That wasn't blowing leads. I wasn't worried they were going to blow it. I just didn't know what to think when they had the lead.
When Freeman blew the sack, when Freeman blew the block,
he just didn't block a man.
He didn't block, and Ryan got sacked. I looked at Dr. Wifey. I said, "We're out. We got to go." She's like, "The game's not over." I'm like, "We got to go." I've seen this song. You are so negative. Oh my God. Watch what's going to happen. Watch what's going to happen. And then sure enough, it was the carnival of like, it was like Caligula's torture games.
Yeah. All the ridiculous things that could
happen.
And
it's Falcon specific. Here's the thing about that whole playoff. You have the game against Seattle. They go up big. They close the deal. They have the game against Green Bay. They go up big. They close the deal. 21-3 time. Come out first drive of the second half. Drive down the field to Flair, pass into the right flat to Tevin Coleman. 28-3. You feel like you have sealed the deal. They always felt like a team that you're just waiting on something to go wrong. Go back to 2012 AFC title game against the 49ers. But then you get to Seahawks, Green Bay, third quarter of the Super Bowl. You're like, oh, this is a different Falcons team. And then it reared its head. And that's what made it, to me personally, hurt so much more. Now, as far as Atlanta sports curses go, look, at this point, it's just the Falcons that are carrying that burden. Right. United has won a title and won multiple trophies, and it's still fun. The I give a damn about the Braves. They're bad for the next decade. I got a title. The edge is off. I subscribe wholeheartedly to the Mike Conti philosophy of I've got a title. The next decade is cake. You cannot make me mad for a decade now. Mm-hmm. The Hawks are going in the right direction and have an owner who is willing to spend money and try to do something.
Brother said the right words. We are unafraid to go into the luxury tax. I was like, wonderful.
Yeah, like they're going to do this summer. They're going to do something incredibly stupid this summer, and I'm here for it because it's a different animal than I've experienced as a Hawk fan in my entire existence.
Right. No, like for me, when United won MLS Cup, I was not comfortable. I was. The doctor.
Jason can tell you the exact moment he was comfortable too.
Right. We talked about this Jackie Fresh.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, and I did not get comfortable. And Jason, you'll probably remember this when they went to. It was straight up Catenaccio at the end, where you had Parkey, you had Parkey, Garza, LGP, and what was it, Franco? They formed almost like a mini T.
You were playing there. three center backs.
And then you had Parkey as a sweeper almost behind him, and they were laughing. And I'm like, okay, we're good. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, okay, we can now make noise. That's the only time.
It remains the most gangster shit of all time. That Tata Martino in a cup final took off his striker who was having the best season in MLS history because he's like, we got this. It's the most untalked about gangster shit we've seen in MLS. That man took off the best striker in the That man pulled his best player.
6th minute.
Right.
15 minutes left in the game. He's like, we're good. No worries.
Yeah, I did remember.
Joseph,
Lorenowitz was on the back line too. That's who it was, Nick. It was Garza left wing back, Escobar right wing back.
He put in our Lord and Savior Chris McCann to make sure that Chris McCann got an encore because Tata was a god.
Yeah, McCann came on for Garza at the very end.
When they did this formation right here, so you had 3 guys and you had Parkey at sweep right behind them, and they were chuckling to each other. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But when
that was like the last minute or so.
That was the last minute.
So, yeah, it was way comfortable before that.
But when he took Joseph off, you probably could have called a mop over to my seat because it was like screaming. I don't think I was so like, not one time did I question any of Martino's moves. And when he pulled Joseph, I was like,
I remember 2 things in that game that made me feel comfortable. Obviously, the second goal is an easy one, but the Brad save. Bobasi at the end of the first half. Like, that one made me feel really comfortable. The second goal, nothing to worry about at that point. I was not. I said it right after the game. I mean, it's the way that went down. It's the only final I've called. So it was the first one I'd been in, and I had nothing prepared. Like, I did not want to read something. I didn't want to have it scripted. Yeah. I don't do well in that. I wanted it to be just off the cuff, but I knew, like, kind of, okay, Mike's going to do his thing. He's going to leave it when it got to the point by that stage. So, like, after the second goal, I'm already thinking a little bit about that. Like, okay, if it finishes this way, if we win, it's probably going to be Mike doing this, and then he'll leave it to me.
Yeah.
And I need to say something good. So, like, I'm kind of going through my head at that point. The one thing I knew I wanted to say, actually, no, I think I got all of them. There were 3 that I had, like, in my head going into the day. Tata Martino winning a final, because that was one of the big narratives, that he couldn't win a final because he had lost 2 with Argentina.
Right.
Parkey winning a final because he had been there with the Revs and been close but hadn't won it. And Almiron leaving, because that was all but done at that point. I mean, it ended up being more difficult than we thought, but it was likely his last game in Atlanta. Like, those were the 3 I wanted to hit, and it just flowed out at that point. But I was already thinking it after the second goal. Like, I was already like, yeah, we're good. This isn't anything to worry about.
And Katie, to your point, the U.S. Open Cup final was literally the exact opposite. That was hellish suffering that I never want to experience again.
Yeah, I didn't get to call that, which is probably a good thing, because I might have broken some FCC rules. I did from the booth, since we didn't get to call it, and I think one reason I was so pissed off was because Minnesota did get to call it in the booth next to us, because their radio station was an ESPN affiliate. So I was even more fired.
It's good that you didn't get to call it, because then I got to sit there and, like, y'all, I can't explain to you the degree of stress, the degree of, like, stress, and both stress and audible cackling at just how angry Jason was. Like, literally every little thing at the end of that game, because you're just basically just trying to will that game to its conclusion, drag it across the line, because Leandro Gonzalez-Perez decided to lose his damn mind. It put you in such a terrible spot.
Yeah, there was that, and it did not. It's a good thing I didn't have an open mic in front of me. It was good. No, the part where I was cackling was in a commercial, because we did pre and post. Like, that's the crazy thing that 92.9 let us do. Is, like, we did a pregame show, we did a postgame show, and we couldn't call the game. It's crazy, but in the post-game show, we're in a break, and when they played Champagne Supernova at the stadium, I lost it. I almost fell down. I was screaming, and when it started, I was screaming, and Mike didn't recognize it, and he's like, "What's wrong with you?
What's wrong? What's wrong with you?"
I was screaming, laughing.
Yeah, we were howling.
It was the greatest thing ever.
Absolutely howling on that.
I was so dead. I probably was speaking in tongues when LGP got the red will.
Minnesota can legitimately roll out, like, the most petty, disrespectful stuff of all time for like the next 5 years when those two teams play. And I'm not going to be mad at them if they do.
Nothing will ever
do whatever you want,
Champagne
because
Supernova.
you know what? That banner's going to fly forever. That moment, you can't take it away from me.
Nothing will ever be playing Champagne Supernova after the trophy had been lifted.
And I know the people who run. I know the people who run behind the scenes at MBS. Like most of them, I've worked with most of them. I don't know. I have to assume that came from the team, though. I have to assume.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to know. That might need to be a behind the stripes documentary of who made that call, because I'd like to thank them for one of the funniest things in my life.
Yeah.
And in Coco, I did sound like an Italian grandmother. My great grandmother was full Sicilian.
Oh.
And my Uncle Vic would make fun of the fact she never lost her accent, right? I mean, she didn't learn English until way late. And so she would be like, "Oh yeah, everybody, come on, Vic, come on," and he would go like, "Oh, Vic, come on," and she would pull out the rolling pin and chase him around the house like, going after him. Nana Leafy, you didn't, no. So yeah. The stories and legends have been passed down for by all of the aunts and uncles. They're like, yeah, you didn't mess with her. She was a loving but very tough woman. You did not mess. She raised 8 kids. She raised like 8 kids by herself after her husband died. So I mean, and like it was like 7 boys, 1 girl, 7 boys. I mean, you want to talk about the warlord you have to be to do that action.
Yeah.
Badgermon, you talk about Minnesota not being good at stuff. I mean, there's an entire like spreadsheet that gets thrown around like a copy pasta, like a meme about like all the failures of Minnesota sports, and it doesn't even get into the stuff that's happened with Minnesota United, because let's not forget, you want to talk about like suffering in MLS. Atlanta fans, first of all, Frank DeBoer was right. Also, we spoiled. That's okay. We spoiled, and that's okay, because guess what? Minnesota had a lead in the Western Conference Final in Seattle with a trip on the line to go to MLS Cup and take on Columbus. They threw it away late, and they have never recovered. That is hell.
It's still in their head. I mean, Adrian Heath, after losing on Sunday, said, "I'm sick to death in coming in here, playing like we do. Last thing we need to be doing is giving them opportunities by our stupidity. We continually keep doing it."
That's a you problem.
And I love that one of the Minnesota blogs.
You problem. He's not playing.
One of the Minnesota blogs, to that point, retweeted it. You're going to disagree with this, Jason, but they retweeted it and did the banana gif of, "We're all trying to find out who's responsible here."
We're all trying to
remember that time? Hey, Minnesota, remember that time you had a 16-goal striker and then you just shipped him out because I don't know why. You can get him back now. He's not going back to Aberdeen, most likely.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ricky.
Yeah, all kinds of ridiculousness. All right, we got to bounce around the leagues quick before we get into picks of the week and actually try to finish.
Can I talk about one crazy thing with Italy? Last thing before we move on.
Yes.
Juve pulling one of the weirdest moves of all time.
Which was?
And this in this game today with Lazio, they finished a 2-2 draw, and in the 17th minute, Allegri subs off Chiellini and Dybala and lets them walk around and sign autographs mid-game.
I mean, you're not getting into third, you're not falling to fifth, so
you're locked in. It's all good. Do what you want.
Jeez.
Only in Italy.
Clown show. Good grief. Okay, let's finish in Italy. Top of the table, we know the situation. Bottom of the table, Cagliari is in the relegation spot, 29 points. Salernitana on 31. Salernitana hasn't lost in a while. They've played their way out of this. They've conceded 74 goals this season, which is insane.
Yeah.
But they might just stay up. Do you think they pull it off, Nick?
I do. If Inter comes in, because look, Milan is running the clips of Kobe Bryant, from the playoffs saying, job ain't done, right? Milan's motivated. Inter is highly motivated. Hakan Şanoglu is ready. He's ready to play the ultimate pest they are going to want to drill Cagliari. Leave no doubt. So I think it's going to stay the same. Genoa's already down. Venezia's down. Cagliari stays down.
Cagliari's got to go to Venice.
Yeah.
And
that's
whatever.
Right.
Salernitana hosts Udinese. I think they get what they need.
Yeah.
I think so.
They'll make that work.
I think that's the way it will go. Serie B, quickly, the ridiculous playoff system of hell that they have. Where does it stand at this point?
Lecce at 1, Cremonese at 2, Pisa at 3, and Monza F.
Yep.
Yeah, Monza missed out on the automatic spot. Lecce is going up. Cremonese is going up. Then it is the playoff series literally from hell, where you have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 involved in it. 5, 6, 7, 8 play down to then play 3 and 4, and then there's a final.
Yep.
That's the way this goes. So it comes down to, at this stage, Benevento will play Pisa and Brescia plays Monza.
Mm-hmm.
The winners of that will play, and the winner will go up. Yeah.
And you think Scotland
and these are 2 legs. No, Scotland is confusing. Greece is possibly more confusing. This is insanity. And it's no surprise that where the Argentines get it from.
Yep.
No surprise.
And it is Tuesday, Saturday, I think, for Benevento Pisa. So that's
Monza is Wednesday and Sunday.
They're at 7th.
Monza is on the road at Brescia. They're a plus 260 in the first leg, and then the second leg is on Sunday. Do you think Monza gets through Brescia?
No.
No, you think they get knocked out here?
Yep.
I mean, it's a pretty even matchup. 67 points for Monza, 66 for Brescia.
And
I appreciate just how ruthless Nick is about his answers.
I maybe right, maybe wrong, but I'm planting the flag on it. The issue is that Berlusconi keeps dumping money in instead of making smart business decisions, and it's because he keeps getting so close. It's like his Serie B villain origin story. He keeps getting so close that finally he's like, yeah, we're going full dark side, baby. I mean, he's already tried to bring in like Kevin Prince Boateng, and he tried to bring in Balotelli to get across the line. None of it worked. And so I just don't think that they have the mental makeup to get there. If they do, they'll shock me. I'll raise my hand and say, yep, they shocked me. But
they got to get through this round and then win a final to go up. Right. So, there's still a lot to do.
There's a long way to go.
Let's go over to Germany.
Let's do it.
We've known 1, we've known 2, we've known 3. RB Leipzig in 4th on 58 points. Union Berlin finished on 57 points. So RB Leipzig will be going into the Champions League. Now, the bottom end of it, Stuttgart survives. And I did not get to see it, but Bernd was talking about it on the Twitch feed. Insanity. They win. They survive. They avoid the playoff. Bielefeld, we knew, was down. Hertha is in the playoff. They play the 3rd-place team from the 2nd division. Tell us about it, John.
It's Hertha and Hamburg.
No, tell us about what happened with Stuttgart, please.
It's crazy. You needed a goal late, and it was 90+, and the scenes of Pellegrino Matarazzo running around on the side, and then goal gets scored, and you get more win.
92nd minute goal to win, and they had to win to avoid the playoff.
Yeah, so you get all that, and then the scenes and the rushing of the field and everything. It was great. It was great visuals, and major props to the crew that was there as a part of the final day for coverage on ESPN. But yeah, just the scenes and the Bundesliga TV folks, major kudos for showing all the emotion and just the windmilling of Pellegrino Matarazzo. That was amazing.
They took the lead in the.
Hold on. Can someone tell me the coach's name for Stuttgart again, please?
Tell him one more time, John.
Pellegrino Matarazzo.
Do you know him, Nick?
Pellegrino?
He's from Jersey.
He's from my people.
He is from your people.
Yes.
He's from my people. He's both, I
Italian
kicked around in
and
Jersey.
from the Northeast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kicked around Jersey for a bit. And,
he is from your people. He got it done. He is a legend in Stuttgart for the rest of his life.
Yes,
he will not have Stuttgart jersey with Matarazzo across the back.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, Stuttgart got the lead in the 12th. They conceded in the 59th. So it's 30-plus minutes of suffering to get that goal and then hold on for another 6 or so minutes of stoppage time to see the thing out. I will go back and watch it, Bernd. I'll go back and watch the last 10 minutes or so of it to get a feel for it.
And Jason, you should love Matarazzo. He's a Napoli guy. He's a Napoli fan.
Exactly. I like him.
Part of the
he's an American. He's a Napoli guy. Yeah, absolutely. Of course. So they survive. Hertha goes into a playoff with Hamburg that will start on the 19th, and second leg is on the 23rd next Monday at 2:30.
And Hertha is your early favorite at a plus 129.
Duh, they're the Bundesliga club. They're playing a second division team. They should be a favorite.
Hamburg north of plus 200.
Okay. So that is where Germany stands. In France, PSG's in Qatar. They're hanging out, and people are El Chiringuito's watching Mbappe videos. You're like, oh, he looks sad. It looks like a farewell. He's leaving. He's coming to Madrid. Now, Ricky said something at the beginning of the show about news. It's all rumor and innuendo and El Chiringuito level nonsense of, oh, he's going to announce that he's going to sign for Madrid before the Champions League final. No, he's not. No. If he doesn't do it by then he's not coming to Madrid. It's all absurdity at this point. Who knows what the guy does? He probably won't announce it until July.
Can we talk about how something a bit sad at the moment? How many times was Messi really featured on ESPN this year?
On ESPN?
Like a highlight, like that, the ESPN highlight shows that most general American soccer fans would watch.
Yeah, a few.
I mean, how I look, man. If this keeps Messi healthy for the World Cup and he gets his paper in the process, I'm thrilled for him. I just think it's a bit sad to watch him go to PSG, ruthlessly dominate the league as they always do.
All right, look, hold on. Nick, just stop. I don't have a sounder. You're just going to have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Golazo Argentino is reporting, and this is from Football Total Direct TV. Alex _Candal on Twitter. Lionel Messi will acquire a 35% share of Inter Miami and join the MLS club in 2023. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alex is a correspondent for DirecTV Sports in Europe for Latin America. I do not know his work. He's followed by 381,000 people. He is legit.
Yeah.
Golazo Argentino is absolutely legit. Alex is reporting that Messi's going to acquire 35% of Inter Miami, and he will join the team in the summer of 2023.
Good for him.
I mean, sure.
Good for him.
It's all good. That's after the World Cup. I said what I said consistently was it ain't happening before the World Cup.
Right.
Like he's not leaving Paris this summer. He's gonna stay there. He's gonna see his 2-year deal out.
Yep.
He's gonna play in the World Cup, and then he gets to do what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him.
He's not going to go back to Barcelona.
There was some romanticism about that, but
it's they need to move forward, and the only way they can do that is without the salary that comes with Lionel Messi.
Yeah.
And again, why do these guys keep trying to come to America? Why is Chiellini Nosferatu having his casket shipped to Los Angeles? It's because it's about branding. Brand Chiellini. It was about brand Beckham, and it is going to be about brand Messi in Miami, and that's exactly why the Hamburglar went there to begin with.
Now, a little bit of math that's been done from some Miami accounts. Inter Miami, and according to Forbes, I think their most recent valuation, or it might have been Sportico, it's one or the other, valued around $700 million.
Okay.
35% of that, I'm trusting their math, $262.5 million.
Yeah, between 210 and 280. So take your pick. Yeah, that's about
so
right.
You're going to give him the equivalent of that. You can give him 35% of the club that will go up in value over time, especially once they get their stadium built.
Right.
Because that valuation is before they got their approval on the stadium. The account says I seriously doubt he has that cash lying around. Messi's good for $262 million if he's going to buy it. I think he's good for that with what he's had lying around. Do you remember Barcelona's debt that they're in? It's because they paid all their money to Messi.
Yeah.
So now how is it going to work? Are they just going to give him that and then pay him whatever amount they pay him that they pay? I don't know.
$10.
Well, he's on a TAM deal.
Yeah, he's a TAM deal.
I mean, he might.
Please, McQueenie, you see this?
He might be.
If you can do it that way, and you can say, well, okay, Messi, we're going to gift you because we love you and we love what you bring to the game. We're going to give you 35% of the team, and then you play on a supplemental deal.
No. I guarantee you, there's a few key things to keep in mind here. One, we don't know.
He'll be on the veteran minimum.
Yeah, he will.
I mean,
but he'll have 35% of the team.
Yes.
So a couple things. One, we don't know what kind of deal he has, any sort of sweeteners. With the QSI, right? The group that runs
the Qatar Sports.
Yeah, I mean,
hold on. Un momento, por favore.
Where are you going with this?
So, look, the thing is we don't know if he fulfills his 2-year contract. We don't know if there's QSI may say, hey, look, you come over and you play a friendly or Messi and friends over here. We'll give you some fantastic cash and prizes. The ability for him to acquire the liquid assets necessary to make that kind of investment, not a problem.
That's if he's making the investment. That's not the way that Alex Kandal reported it. It's like that's the inducement for him to come.
And Katie brings up the great point. If he's the salary, if he's co-owner, means nothing because he would be taking a draw from the owner's share, television deal, so forth. Mm-hmm. But it puts him into hot water with the players' union and the owners, which means that I imagine the money would have to go into a blind trust while he plays.
Yeah, I don't know the rules of this. I mean, you can't compare it to Beckham because Beckham didn't own the Galaxy. He didn't own part of the Galaxy. He owned a ticket to basically start an expansion team. Mm-hmm. Right. So he got paid and he got paid well. Whatever. It's not like they could figure that out.
As far as unions go, we saw this because when Peyton Manning was talking about leaving the Colts, one of the people who tried to court him were the Adams, was it Bud Adams of the Tennessee Titans?
Yeah. Right.
Offered him a minority stake ownership of the club if he would come over and play quarterback for them. And then the union came in and said, he can't do that. He can't be a minority owner and a player because it's a conflict of interest for collective bargaining.
MLS will be in a different situation.
MLS, because MLS can.
They're not going to say no to.
They're not going to say no.
No, you can't come.
You could say no to Peyton Manning at that time. You're not going to say no to Lionel Messi.
And I strongly feel like you're about to cross that threshold with LeBron James in the NBA as his playing days are winding down. Yeah. At what point does he start pushing? I know people in Cleveland fans have this idea and have these hopes and dreams, which I don't think are unfounded.
They're not insane.
He buys into and buys
Gilbert
a big stake in
the action. Yeah.
Well, there's a Detroit man who owns the club now.
Gilbert's going to give him a piece of the action, and he's going to basically Sparta kick Gilbert out of the stadium.
Yeah, because Gilbert's a Detroit guy, and if you don't think that means something in that part of the country, you've lost your mind. They want Gilbert out. Gilbert wants to go get the Pistons and let Gilbert chase the Pistons and let LeBron come in and own. Just don't be a GM. and then run your club.
You can structure this a bunch of different ways. Dude. Yeah. But you can structure this a bunch of different ways. The ownership can convert when he leaves the team. I mean, it can be contracted but not official until he leaves, that kind of stuff. You can figure all of it out in contracts and how it goes. It'll get really interesting. It'll get really, really interesting. I'm not surprised that it's being talked about. I'm a little surprised that it's being talked about in more concrete terms than we've heard before. I thought the summer of 23 was when it would happen. I've thought that. I've said that before. I didn't think it'd include 35% of the team. That's wild. And if that is actually the offer, then he'd be crazy not to take it. Yeah. He'd be absolutely insane not to take it.
What would that leave for between Moss and Beckham?
I would assume. Well, Beckham's nowhere near a majority owner. That was something that was never really on the cards for the way this was going to play out. The Moss brothers, I think. Now you got to remember too, like they had a larger group, and then Marcelo Claure told on the Moss brothers for breaking the rules, and then they bought him out, and they bought out Son out of Japan, I believe, who was not the majority either. The Moss brothers are the majority owners. I'm all but certain. I don't know the percentages. I would assume that Messi would not be the majority owner, but he would be the second. I would assume the Moss brothers, and then I don't know if one would have more. I don't know how they figure that out.
Will we officially be able to say that that? Well, no, I'm not going to do that because never mind. I retract my.
I would think Messi would have more of the team and ownership than Beckham would at that point.
Yeah, that's where I was going. I was like, can we just go ahead and just acknowledge what Beckham will be at that point, which is just a pretty figurehead for the club to try
an owner, but. And I don't know for sure. It seems like right now he's more involved than he was in 2020, the COVID year. I mean, maybe things got different because of that. That's understandable. I think he was in England for most of that and wasn't flying back and forth. Messi does, like George said, it's true, Katie. It is absolutely true. Florida does make a ton of sense because of that. He'll be right at home. He'll be perfectly fit. So yeah, if it's 35% of a team that is currently worth $700 million, that when they build their stadium, and especially when that stadium is then increased in size because of University of Miami football, and it's a bigger stadium than Nashville, even though it will have University of Miami football in it as well, and they can do all the big things that they've been talking about doing out of Miami, and Messi owns 35% of it, and it's $700, and it's going to be worth more. Yeah, it's a no-brainer to take that deal if that is the deal.
Yeah. Right.
Like there's nowhere in the world he could find anything resembling that kind of a deal. He would be set for life.
I will say that nothing cracks me up quite like the Messi and Friends, the infamous Messi and Friends charity game that took place in Chicago.
Yeah, a college kid players. Scored a pike.
Yeah, and they desperately needed people, so they got some random college kid to come play. Yeah.
That was amazing. I think Messi, like, it's a family-run business, Lionel Messi. Like, dad's the agent.
Right.
Brothers involved. Like, it's definitely close-knit. And when they first started getting involved in more, like, brand Messi kind of stuff, that was one of the first things, and it was just a mess.
Uncle Luke.
They've done better since. If you follow him, like, on Instagram, like, it's much more slick now, and he's doing a lot of brand stuff. He's doing a lot of advertising. Good for him. I mean, whatever. That's fine. Hey, make you money. I have no problem with that. And again, if this deal happens and maybe he takes Luther Campbell's 15% Badgermon, maybe possibly, it's insane. It's insane to say no. I mean, he'd be set. He could do whatever he wanted, be a spokesperson, whatever, for Barcelona whenever he wanted to be, because they're not going to say no. He would have, what could turn into one of the biggest franchises, biggest clubs in this hemisphere, which they'll have every opportunity to if they do things right. Mm-hmm. And he can still, like, if he wants to play a season in Argentina at Newell's, he could still do that at the very end. He could still play that, like, 36-year-old 6-month year in Argentina and have that year where he gets to play for Newell's because he never got to play for them. And then he's a legend at that point. I mean,
I just want the video of Messi standing there awkwardly when you hear Captain come, Captain come, Captain come, Captain come, and I'm just saying, just be ready.
That'd be amazing.
Claure and Son owned 48% at the time, and it was all picked up by them.
Yeah, it was all sold out. So, like, the Moss brothers have the overwhelming majority.
Yes, the cheesy commercial.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know that meme of. That meme, the picture of SpongeBob standing there trying to catch his breath, leaned up against the rock? That's just how I imagine Messi after, like, the summer months in Miami. He's like, man, I'm not doing this every week. I'm just going to pick my spots when I play. I'm not coming out here to play 30 games. I'm too old for this. I'm too rich for this.
No, I actually
not when the brand's on the line, baby.
I disagree with you thoroughly, Jared. He's not that guy. Like, he'll suffer and he won't look good at times because of it, and he will have to manage his minutes, but he's not somebody who doesn't want to play. Now, look, it's different though, because it's been different at PSG. At Barcelona, that was his blood. That was a different scenario entirely, and he was somebody that when you had the conversations with Pep Guardiola, like one of the first things he told managers who followed him was, don't sub him. Like, do not sub him out of a game. You'll lose him. Are you okay, Nick?
Yeah.
What are you giggling about? Guy Fieri?
No. I had a question about a particular Serie A game this week. So.
Oh, jeez. Burn says, I can't get over the valuations of MLS teams, not really supported by the TV ratings. TV ratings don't drive money, though, Burned. He says, for the time being, let's hope that changes. The valuations, it has nothing to do with TV ratings. It has to do with what the price tag is to get in, what the clubs have sold for. I mean, the valuation, I don't care. Like, the sales are backing it up, the valuations. Look at what they sold for. Look at what clubs have sold for. It's projecting out into the future. And you're not going to get relegated. Like, you want to know why a valuation of a Newcastle was much lower than it is in Miami? Half?
Yeah.
Because they could get relegated.
Right.
Yep.
You're not getting relegated. Like, it's just flat out.
Yep.
Insane.
Yeah. Oh, and a month after the initial purchase, the Moss brothers and Beckham are the sole owners.
Right, but the Moss brothers are the
majority.
Right, but look, that's the thing is that, you know, I know everyone yells and screams. Well, not everyone, but there's a group that yells and screams about the closed system of MLS.
Yes.
You're trying to stand up a full competitive league in an exceptionally short period of time. Like with Milan, you have $18.99 on the jersey, right? Yeah. I mean, we don't have that kind of time frame to do that. We just don't. And so you have to take this thing and hook it up to some serious cash flow steroids in order to make it happen. And the best way to do that is with a closed system with the model that MLS is running. And, you know, who says 15, 20 years down the road, you're not getting some sort of pro-rel action happening, but what you have now is working. And so
it's absolutely working.
And at the end of the day, the people can yell and scream all they want, but there's a reason why you have someone like, allegedly, well, you had David Beckham long ago say, that's the league I'm going to come jump into. Because what are you going to do?
Biggest move the league ever made.
So Nick, what did David Beckham do? What did he say?
He said, I'm going to that league.
He wants you to do the voice.
That league right there. Look, my wife is she pours spice, she pours look, we're going to go to America, let's play the thing.
I mean, he did the whole thing and, put extra product in his hair that day. And
digging that 10% there, David?
I mean, I got 4 more tattoos they're going to put in me neck.
And so he did the whole thing and extra tatted himself up and then proceeded to come in and like miss half the first season because he was injured. So,
that wasn't his fault.
That wasn't his fault.
That was, I can't remember which idiot in Spain gave him a ridiculous tackle, and then he played through the end of that season after Capello had dropped him when he said he was going to MLS. Capello's like, yeah, you're not playing anymore. And then they had injuries. And
Frankenstein head Capello.
Yeah, Beckham's training like a maniac, and all the players are like, dude, you got to play him. Like, what are you doing? Right. And he came back in, and they went on a tear at the end of the season. The final game, and the videos are on YouTube of the commentary on it might have been Goal TV at that point. I don't think it had switched over to BN. I think it was Goal TV. One of my favorite viewing experiences of all time, the last day of the La Liga season in 2007, when Real Madrid won it. Barcelona had it. Real Madrid had to win the last day. I think Barca had to lose. Madrid had went on a crazy run at the end of the year. And it was obviously Ray Hudson and Phil Shane calling it. And they were showing, and they were doing the Madrid game, and they were showing what was going on in Barcelona, but they kept cutting to the crowd. And Madrid got a couple of goals quickly. They kept cutting to the crowd. Tom Cruise is there, And Rafael Nadal's there, and they cut to it, and Phil says something about like, "Oh, Tom Cruise looked like he enjoyed himself." And Ray lost his mind.
Nuclear.
He went crazy. It was so funny. This is like Hollywood actors, Phil. He said something about a jockstrap, which worried me a little
Whoa.
bit. But, definitely go back and watch that video. It's out there.
Have you lost your mind, man? Look at the football on the bed.
He lost his mind. It was one of the greatest things ever. I'll put the video in the Discord.
That's an all-timer.
I was dead. I was completely deceased watching that.
All-timer.
There was an incredible comeback. Then he's banged up playing through that, and they're giving him injections in his ankle to get through the last few games. And then he comes over, and the big debut. I mean, remember ESPN like commissioned a Beatles song for the commercial to introduce him, which was an amazing commercial. The Hello Goodbye commercial with him leaving Madrid, coming to LA. They're playing Chelsea in a big friendly. I remember like the Highlander in Atlanta, not a soccer bar. We were there for some reason that night. They had the game on. Like it was a big deal. And he has to play. And he can hardly walk.
Yeah.
And he has to play. And they put him in this game. And I think Wayne Bridge comes flying in with an insane tackle on him 5 minutes after he gets on the field. And everybody's like, oh, God, they've broken him already.
Well,
it was crazy.
I was in Frisco, Texas, whenever he made his debut with FC Dallas. Against FC Dallas. And he goaded one of the Dallas players into getting a red card. And then did the little accuse like to him as he was.
He was a good heel when he first got here.
Yeah, and
Jesse Marsh. Do you remember Jesse Marsh kicking him in the gut in the Chivas game? And that was when Beckham was insane at this point. He plays. I think this is year 2. I think this is 2008. Mm-hmm. He played for England because he was trying to get into the World Cup team for 2010.
Right.
He plays in England on a Wednesday in England. Mm-hmm. Flies back, plays on Thursday night against Chivas USA in the LA Clasico, the one that was not El Tráfico.
No. And
they hated each other. Chivas wasn't generally very good, but this was a year they were pretty good. And ball bouncing through the middle, Jesse Marsh goes for a half volley and just kicks him in the stomach. Beckham goes flying, and he bounced up so fast. He was ready to kill Jesse Marsh about as much as he was ready to kill the San Jose mascot in 2010.
Sports Center.
I was about to say, he was involved in the greatest chip in MLS history.
Oh,
it's
because never forget that Sports Center is up next.
Yes.
Of course. Because San Jose, dudes, the diving, rolling around, trying to waste time in the penalty area. Beckham's going to take a throw. He drop kicks a ball perfectly to hit the guy on the ground, 40 yards away. The guy bounces up what? And Beckham's ready to fight everybody because it was 2012. It was when he got dropped from the Team GB for the Olympics after he had actually went to lobby the IOC to get the Olympics for London.
Yeah.
And they drop him from the combined Team GB team, and he wanted to kill everybody.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, he had people, and if you've never been to FC Dallas Stadium in Frisco, at the time back then especially, there was nothing out there. I mean, nothing out there. And you had to get some dedicated people to show up. And now Dallas had problems drawing fans back then with any sort of regularity, but when Beckham was coming, he packed the joint out.
Oh, absolutely.
And when he did his you would have thought that Flair had come in and drop kicked one of the Von Erich brothers in the crotch. People were ready to climb the rails
come on, man, you communist, I'll come out there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You vegetable eating son of a.
And they were. We were in the owner's box. We were next to the owner's box, right? So the Plano County Commissioner's box was right next to the owner's box, and they were everybody from politicians to the owners were all ready to lower themselves down to take this guy on.
And he loved that
British son of a.
Yeah,
he loved it.
Do you blame him for being mad, though? Imagine you spend all of your time and use all of your clout that you have built to lobby to get the Olympics
in
your home,
and you're not even a part of it,
and you get
not even a part of it.
And not even are you not a part of it? Like, okay, you could have put his ass on the roster at the end of the roster and said, "Hey, man, we can't play you, but you know, like, man, we want to win a medal. We're not going to play you. Carry the flag for us.
Yes,
be one of the flag bearers. Have a good time. Stay safe, man. Have a great time. Just be the ambassador. Do your thing." Nope, not even that.
Nope.
Yeah, perfect, Tommy. It is completely different now in Frisco. I went out to Frisco for the FCS championship game with North Dakota State and Sam Houston State. And I want to say that was like 2012.
Bearcats with a K, baby.
2012. And so it was.
Still not over them beating Kennesaw.
Yeah, and that was it's insane, that little thing that they built up around the stadium there. Hold on. I can't agree with you, Coco. I can't agree with you on that.
Hold on. Team GB.
Coco has thoughts. Jesus.
Hold on, Coco. You settle down. Team GB. You remember you could have 3 overage players. It was the Olympics.
Yep.
First off, Jarrett, for your information, they took no Scottish players for Team GB.
Shocker.
They took
but you're talking about an era where Scotland was just horrendous.
They didn't take anybody. They didn't take any Northern Irish
Scotland
players.
Was horrendous at that point.
It was 13 English players and 5 Welsh players.
Okay, Scotland was horrendous at that point. If you didn't do it today, then you're clearly drunk.
It's still
bad. You're taking Eddie Robertson.
It's still bad. So the 3 overage players, one of these guys would have had to have been sacrificed for Beckham to be on the team. They took 38-year-old Ryan Giggs, and he was the captain, and they might wish they had not done that.
Yeah, right.
Craig Bellamy, they took 33, and they took Micah Richards at 24 years old to be one of the overage players, and Beckham was up there. Yeah, and they made the quarterfinals. Yeah, good job, guys. Way to go.
Didn't win a trophy.
No, they did not get a medal. No medals for Team GB.
You hate to see it.
Ridiculous.
You hate to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Coco, you okay over there? I see college football down here just erupted.
Well, I disagree with him. I disagree with him on North Dakota State, because when we covered them, Sam Houston State was extraordinarily problematic. They kicked us out of the practice. The offensive coordinator lost his mind. It was like, they can't have cameras around here. They're going to give up. And whatever. And so the head coach was like, "Hey, sorry, offensive coordinators." I'm like, "All right, whatever." So we called him North Dakota State. And we're like, "Hey, Sam Houston just kicked us out of their practice. We got a ton of free time." And they're like, "Come with us." And we spent the rest of the time with them. They went to schools. They visit like a whole bunch of kids. They were super positive, friendly, upbeat. Their fans were the absolute best. And then what the craziest thing?
Nothing else to do. It's North Dakota.
That's true. I mean, no. This is the crazy thing. So we stayed in the hotel, the Holiday Inn, in the parking lot right across across the parking lot from the stadium. We show up there. We went to Rudy's for barbecue. Came back. The parking lot was empty. The next morning, 8:00 in the morning, the parking lot is slammed full of all of these RVs with these giant, like, green and gold flags all over the place. And they were like the friendly. It was like weird how friendly they were. They're like, "Hey guys, how you doing? We're so excited for the game today." Like, whoa.
It's true.
Like, there was no trash talking. Like, who do you think's gonna win? I'm like, I don't know. It's 2 evenly matched teams. But North Dakota State should probably win. Oh, thank you for your commentary. I was like,
okay. In Coco's defense, Coco was at Georgia Southern when they were. I think he was still at Georgia Southern when they were doing transitioning out of FCS to FBS, and you're talking about an era where like Georgia Southern fans and were just as likely to go find an App State fan to gut them like a fish as they were to go buy a beer at the corner. Actually, I have to skip over a county to do so, but I mean, the Georgia Southern has a lot of enemies, and in turn, you don't really want an enemy at Georgia Southern.
No.
No.
Oh, jeez.
Those low country boys, because it doesn't die. The vengeance does not die. And so nope. If you go and hang out in Pooler sometime, and get one of them mad and watch. You're not leaving. They got plenty of open fields.
Oh, yeah. Okay, a couple bits of news before we get into picks of the week. Darby County, Chris Kirchner has exchanged contracts on the deal to buy it. Okay. So it has moved forward. Looks like they are going to keep the former Newcastle owner out of it, and Chris Kirchner and Wayne Rooney will stay if Kirchner takes it, according to Rooney before. Yep. And they will be in League One next year. Contracts have been exchanged. I guess that's a good sign. There are reports and back and forth and all kinds of things about the Chelsea deal and the loan and how it has to get handled. I did see some reporting today. It is complicated in terms of how it legally has to go and how it can't go.
Yeah.
And they need to resolve that. I guess now there's more worry that they can't resolve it than there was before, which doesn't make sense because nothing's really changed. It's like the Chelsea side of it and the Abramovich side of it, it's saying it has to go through something to get to the foundation. And the government is saying, no, it can't go through this other entity to get to the foundation. It just has to go to the foundation that has to, I guess, be created. So I don't know how they handle it. They had a deal to have it in a basically like a freezer, and then they would resolve it when they could. That needs to be the deal because the rest of it seems way too complicated to get sorted out in 2 weeks. And that's what they have. So good luck, Chelsea, on that one. Yeah. Fingers crossed. Alessandro Alciado is one of the people who got the ball rolling about Real Madrid signing Mbappe before the Champions League final and announcing it. Alciado's not just anybody. He is an author of a book with Carlo Ancelotti and Andrea Pirlo and others. So he knows people who know things, but we'll see. That would be pretty wild before the Champions League final to have a big announcement and say, yeah, we're signing Kylian Mbappe for next year. They could. Yeah. There's nothing that could stop them from that, but oof.
King Carlo, baby. Let's do it.
Alongside that, there have been some talk that Liverpool might be interested in bringing in Kylian Mbappe, according to The Independent. Miguel Delaney said that Mbappe has not agreed to anything with Real Madrid. Future's unclear. PSG part of it's unclear. And Liverpool's like, hey, well, maybe we could do this. And that's come up before, but never really in any serious details. So all kinds of stuff. Looks like Harry Kane's going to stay at Tottenham, according to Dan Kilpatrick of the Evening Standard. He is happy. If they make Champions League, I would assume he's very happy, and he's not going anywhere. Uli Hoeneß of Bayern Munich, honorary president Uli Hoeneß, he's not officially there anymore. He is slamming Robert Lewandowski a little bit. Said the claim that Lewandowski won't sign a new contract, quote, is all about money. And he's confident that Lewandowski will stay, even though the reports over the weekend were that he was not going to stay. Now, Newcastle looking at Dean Henderson, goalkeeper for Manchester United and England. Luis Suarez leaving Atleti. He was given the big goodbye at Atleti. Aston Villa are the ones that have been linked with him the most. Sevilla and Inter are also keen on bringing in Luis Suarez. You would not be happy about that, Nick, would you?
Have fun.
Okay.
You're going to roll? Try it. I mean, look, hey, here's my thing, man. I'm if you ever meet me in person, I'm not a physically imposing person, man. I'm 5'5". I'm about maybe $155, $160, depending on what the. But man, I'm not walking away from if somebody wants to throw down, we can throw, and if that mentality goes for across the board.
Are you going to throw down with Luis Suarez?
I'll bite him. I'll eat him. It'll be like the movie Alive.
One of my favorite things is that Nick and I are basically the exact opposite human being.
Yes,
because I'm probably not gonna fight anybody, but
yes,
if I square up,
it's
not gonna look good initially until the fight starts.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be like two T-Rexes engaging in battle with me and Suarez. It will, But what I'm saying is, if Inter wants to go, and they want to get them a striker, go get you a striker. And
they might get Lukaku.
I don't give a damn who they get.
Oh.
Get whoever you want.
Wow.
And you come rolling into San Siro, not Giuseppe Meazza, San Siro, and you come line up across from the red and black, and we will go. That's fine.
Now he's talking trash. Okay.
I'm not. Sign whoever you want. You bring whoever, and because you are going to end up with Gattuso Jr., aka Tonali, who will put some studs right upside your grape.
Whoa.
Doesn't care.
Man.
And if you want to fight, it's a fight. It's cool. Not mad.
Man. Jarrett, how do you feel about it is, let me see if this is actually real or if it is still just totally alleged. I believe there is a famous singer who is supporting Rangers and their Europa League final.
Who would that be?
Belinda Carlisle.
Oh. I don't care. You know why?
Why don't you care?
She's got the beat. What?
Because
John.
By the way, Roma and Torino play on Friday.
That's just not even good.
Also, Will, don't even, man. ABAC in Tifton is a different animal than Statesboro, man. ABAC was the only place I had a discussion about playing baseball, and I didn't want to spend 2 years in ABAC.
No,
in Tifton.
No,
why is Belinda Carlisle supporting Rangers?
I
don't care because the God himself, Snoop, has said that if Celtic won the title, he would go party with the players.
Yes.
When's that happening?
I don't know. All I know is that when they won the title, the team account tweeted out within like 20 minutes or like, hey, Snoop, go ahead and buy the ticket, bud. We got this.
We'll see if he shows up.
Okay. Because apparently her song Heaven is a Place on Earth has been adapted to John Lundstrom is the Best on Earth in a tribute to the midfielder's swashbuckling performances. And so word got back to her, and so she sent well wishes.
Swashbuckling? Right. What is he, Alan Swan?
Yes.
And don't forget that WWE's own Drew McIntyre, apparently big Rangers
fan. Big Rangers fan.
I'm not saying anything to him.
No. I ain't saying nothing to him. I would cannibalize Luis Suarez, and I am not saying nothing to Drew McIntyre.
He is a huge Rangers fan, and Seamus is a big Liverpool and Celtic fan.
Yes.
More Liverpool than Celtic.
Yes.
Finn Balor's a big Tottenham fan.
Yes.
Well, Finn Balor's like 5'7", so I'm not worried about that.
He's squirrely though.
But I mean, but Drew McIntyre, you're talking about like a 6'8" guy.
He's a mammoth
who can launch that guy's doing flying drop kicks on people recreationally.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's 2:30. No. Yeah, time for another one.
Yeah, like time for a claymore.
Mm-hmm.
Diego Simeone says he's not leaving Atleti. He said, there's nothing to say. I'm going to continue with Atletico Madrid. No worries. Tranquilidad. So it's Cholo, and it's Cholo forever at Atleti.
Who are they going to get?
I mean, not anything better. It's just if he wants to stay, then he's staying.
Yep.
They're not going to make him leave. L'Equipe reported today in France that PSG are set to end the season with 700 million euro generated in revenue, a new club record.
Mm-hmm.
Messi's arrival, you want to know why Miami's going to give him 35% of the team? Let's get into some numbers.
Yeah.
They added 11 new sponsorship partners after Messi signed with PSG. The overall income from those sponsors, or from that department, from sponsorship, is likely to reach 310 million euro. Online sales platform GOAT is 50 million euro over 3 years on the sleeve of the jersey. Qatar Airways is going to become the main shirt sponsor for 60 to 70 million a season. Well, anyway, shirt sales, 1 million shirts sold this season. 60% of them have Messi's name on the back. Cool. They reached last year's merchandising total, which was 41 million euro in half the season this time around. Match day revenues increased as well. The only spot where they had a decrease was TV rights because they didn't get to the semis in the Champions League, and that cost them a little bit on their projections. But
you're telling me Qatar Airways wouldn't sign like a $60 million deal with Messi?
Oh yeah,
$70 million deal, 10 years. 10 years for how long?
Whatever.
Yeah, XPTO will be finding a different location for their sponsorship.
All of the above.
All right. BRB, go ahead and start prepping everything. I'll be right back. And Drew McIntyre. Yeah, I'm not.
Not fighting.
Watch out.
Yes. Last update from Mexico. So Club America into the semifinals, 4-3 on aggregate over Puebla. There was a really cool video of Club America fans like applauding a Puebla fan who was in tears at his team getting knocked out. That was a pretty cool thing to see. Pachuca over Atlético San Luis, 5-4 on aggregate. Atlas over Chivas, 3-2 on aggregate. That one was close. Tigres was even closer with Cruz Azul. Tigres went on the road and won the first leg 1-0. They lost at home in the second leg 1-0. 1-1 on aggregate. Mexico, the better regular season, gets you through, and Tigres finished second. But El Piojo scraping through into this.
Yep.
So Pachuca will play Club America and Tigres will play Atlas.
Yep. First legs for that. Atlas Tigres is Wednesday, and the first leg for Club America Pachuca is Thursday.
Whew. Pachuca, I mean, look, when we see them here in June, that could be a very, very interesting one. Don't know how much of that Messi gets a cut of PSG, Tommy. It would not surprise me if, especially on some of the sponsorship and merchandise, that there was maybe a cut. Maybe a percentage.
Yes.
Possibly. We'll get into picks of the week here in just a second as Nick sits back down, and we'll be able to hear us in just a moment, like right now. Nick! There we go. All right.
There it is. All right. Good timing.
All right. I don't have any of my usual props and things, so we're just going to have to jump straight into picks of the week, okay?
Yeah, and Messi, I'm sure, does get a cut.
Yeah, he's getting a cut. Yeah. He's getting a cut of that merchandise for sure. All right. Let's start with Tuesday. Cali Thistle hosted Arbroath. Everybody, stop it, John. Everybody picked Cali Thistle to win the first leg, except for John. He picked a draw, and he was correct.
Oops.
We can't play the thing anymore.
Well, no, we still can play the thing.
Yeah, you still can.
You're going oops there, John. That's the game you're going to play. Okay. Yeah.
Hey. Yeah. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it rains.
What? Okay. Barcelona hosted Emelec on Wednesday. Twitch pitch. John and Jarrett picked Barcelona. Nick picked Emelec. All of you were wrong. I picked a draw, and I got it right that time. Oops. So I was at 210 after that. John was at 230. Everybody else was minus 200. Good job. Thursday, Spurs, Arsenal. John said, what did you say it was going to be? St. Totteringham's Day.
You were Totteringham's Day.
You were slandering the Tottenham fans. You trashed their team.
No.
Yeah, no, you absolutely did. You said that. I listened back to the tape. You said it. You were very snooty about trashing the Spurs. No, you were snooty.
Oh, not
You're
snooty.
England guy. You were snooty.
But it was England, two teams in England. How could I be?
You were snooty towards the Tottenham fans, John. This isn't hard to follow. You got it wrong. Okay, you picked Arsenal. Nick, you picked Arsenal too. You got it wrong.
I hate both of these teams so much.
Jarrett picked a draw. You got it wrong. The Twitch pitch and I believed in Spurs, and they won, and we were rewarded. So I moved to 415. Twitch pitch to 15. You got into the positives. Jarrett and Nick were at minus 300 through Thursday.
Veto.
Good job. No vetoes. John was at 130. Friday, Portland Thorns hosted OL Reign. Twitch pitch and Nick picked the Thorns. Nope. I picked OL Reign. Nope. Jarrett and John picked the draw and got it correct. So John went back into the lead at 450. Jarrett got to the positive side of things at 20. I was at 315. Twitch pitch at minus 85. Nick, minus 400 over 4.
Here we go, baby.
Saturday, Leverkusen hosted Freiburg. Everybody got Leverkusen, right? So everybody got 250. So God. Everybody but Nick got into the positives with that. Nick was still minus 150.
Yeah.
Sunday, Ionikos hosted Panetolikos.
Oh, yeah.
Of the relegation section of Greece because they do a split. Jarrett, we learned that Greece does a split, and I was very upset by this. Stupid. Moronic. Split. Panetolikos, also moronic. They lost. I picked him to win. John picked him to win. Twitch pitch, Nick and Jarrett picked Ionikos to win. Got it right. They were only plus 105. That got Nick to 55 for the week. You didn't finish negative. Twitch Pitch got to 370. Jared at 475. Me at 465. And then just to get the little cap on it, because he had already won, John got the prop bet closest. Cards in both legs of Atlas and Chivas. It was 1 in the first leg and 7 in the second leg.
Wow.
So it was 8 in total. John picked 7. He was the closest one without going over. So he got that. So John moved to 700 for the week. First week in a long, long time that everybody finished positive. Everybody finished positive. That's the first time maybe this season that has happened.
I think that's true.
But John is the winner. And you got it based off of that draw in Scotland. That was the one that you had that was different than anybody else that won it for you. So you can thank Cali Thistle and Arbroath.
And that was that entire tie was just abysmal.
Oh,
I mean, the second leg was. Well, the round before that was actually fun. That man, that Willie Collum who was the ref, decided it was Willie Collum time.
The
second leg. So at one point, Inverness gets a red card because a Inverness player is basically waiting to head a ball, and the Arbroath player jumps into him, and so the Inverness player basically headbutts the guy because the guy jumped into him. And then the guy who was on the ground who had position gets a red. And then Willie Collum gives another red, and Inverness just basically packs it in for the 30 minutes of extra time, down 2 men, and then win it in penalties. It was abysmal.
Do you want to talk about anything else, Jared?
I can already tell you what I'm saving my pick for Friday for St. Johnstone and Inverness in the first leg of the playoff.
We'll see if John vetoes it, because he'll have the veto. Nick, do you want to talk about anything? Are we going to let John do a promo?
Coco says he's plus 485, and Ricky says that he's plus 900 over there. So
I didn't have any slander against Coco finishing.
I know. I'm acknowledging.
Good. Good.
You're acknowledging individual efforts being recognized, self-recognized.
I am going to ask the question before John cuts his promo of Ricky leading the way from the Twitch pitch, Coco being above what the Twitch pitch picked. Who is bringing the Twitch pitch down to 370 then? Somebody did on the vote.
Or are they just courting their own individuality here and not considering themselves part of the collective?
That makes zero sense with any of this. It's a voting thing. Like they vote. So who is voting against Ricky and Coco's picks? Who's going the other way? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Y'all figure it out. John.
No. I'm going to give John his appropriate. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the center of the arena, the champion picks of the week, the undisputed, sort of defeated, John Nelson.
I would like to thank my advocate, Nick Alifi, for first and foremost all of his stellar work on the weekend that we got to see at the Stars, Stripes, and Soccer Cup at the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta training ground. It was a truly immense and incredible experience to be there with all of the folks who were there, watching that, being a part of it, participating in it, and observing in the ways that they do. And thank you for your service. For those of you who have served, thank you for your service. For those who are currently serving and who were there as well. So major kudos to everybody at the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta training ground, Atlanta United. Great to see Darren Eels and everybody there on the weekend, and everyone who put up with us being there as a part of it. It was fantastic. Sometimes picks don't come down to you're looking at the entire breadth of the week.
What a transition.
It's not the breadth of the week that you're looking at. Sometimes it just cuts itself down to one day.
What in the blue hell?
One day makes a difference for you.
Someone please cut the hecklers, Mike.
Yeah, what?
Mr.
No, I will heckle if I want to heckle. Y'all heckle me all the freaking time.
There's no heckling on John's promo.
Yeah, y'all heckled my promo to death.
Sometimes it's not the full 6 days. Sometimes it's not 5 days. Sometimes it's not 4. Sometimes it's not 3. Sometimes it's not 2. Sometimes it is 1 day in the grid where you turn a direction that you feel is the way that you should turn for whatever reason it is. Deep in your soul, in your heart of hearts, you're thinking that this is going to be that one selection that is going to put you over the top and put you in the winner's circle where you can have an advocate sit there and espouse your virtues as best you can. Out of the blocks.
Draw in a promotion game in Scotland. You didn't know anything about this game?
You're damn right I picked a draw in a promotion game in Scotland because that's what makes Picks of the Week the glorious thing that it is. Sometimes it's not a pick on Friday, brother. Sometimes it's out of the blocks, and you pick it out of the blocks. You get that first day right, and it sends you uphill for the remainder of the time. And that's what happens. Sometimes it's Nepal. Sometimes it's Bhutan. Sometimes it's a promotion playoff in the British Isles, brother. And when you pick it and you feel it and you know it is right and it sends you on your way, you end up wearing the belt for the first time. Because when it's the first time, that means only one thing. You go up in the ladder because there is no going back, and you continue to make that roll. And sometimes that pick could be on Friday, but you know that one day can make the difference for you. And that's what happened this time around. Let's bring on the new round of Picks of the Week.
Acknowledge him.
Nick, did you ever watch the brilliantly underrated mid-2000s MTV show Clone High?
I can't say I did.
Okay, I'm going to need you to go back and watch that because the idea being it's a high school of of clones of famous people. So like JFK was a jock, Gandhi was like a little nerd kid, Joan of Arc was basically Daria. It was, but part of that sounded very similar to the JFK voice that they use for JFK as the jock. It sent me back to like staying up late when you're not supposed to watch MTV and watching stuff like Mission Hill on Adult Swim.
All of that sounded like a fever dream.
Pass the collection plate. Pass the plate.
Hey man, old school Adult Swim, like early Adult Swim, was a different animal. Like home movies and that was fever dream's a good word for it.
Yeah.
Just like good word for what John does.
Yeah, that's about right.
It was wonderful, John.
It was not. It was not at all.
Acknowledge you.
Yes.
No. It's not even the angle he played. Don't do it again, please. No, don't. For God's sake, don't do it again.
Promo's done.
Thank you.
Full credit to Katie Weaver for recognizing the one day of the week on my giant floor calendar of being the difference when it comes to winning and losing here.
John, actually it wasn't Friday. That was the difference. It was Tuesday.
No. I'm just saying that it's just one day on the giant floor calendar that makes a difference. And it just so happened that this time around it was the first one. And there's the giant floor calendar.
You didn't write your picks on the giant floor calendar.
You've just put Jason in hell, and it's.
It had nothing to do your floor calendar that should be on a desk or on a wall or anywhere but the frickin' floor.
It's a desk
calendar. It had nothing to
do
with your picks because you don't write them down there.
Nope.
And I just got nothing anyway.
You should start writing them on your calendar just to see what happens.
If he puts it on the floor, they'll be cursed, won't they, Nick?
Only if he's doing it for Italian games.
No, that's a bed.
The floor. What do you?
Floor.
Yeah,
the
the
floor.
floor.
On the floor, man. Nothing of
don't
value
put
goes
it
on the floor.
You got to pay attention, John.
Don't put your food on.
You can't put your hat on the bed. You can't put anything on the floor that is of value.
Oh, okay. Well, then there you go.
Yeah, so that's what I said. Your calendar on the floor.
So then my old Nissan Murano was on the floor. It had no value.
Jason's win from last week is on the floor, right?
What? I've won 3 out of 5. Nick, you won 2. John hadn't won in like 6 weeks. Jared, Jared. At least you showed up this time. That's a step in the right direction.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
There you go. Thank you, Mark.
No, that's not going to make a difference anyway.
I'm about that action,
Thank you, Kyle Busch. Welcome.
Actually, I ended in the. You know what?
It's not a Kyle Busch reference.
It's not.
It's not.
Sorry, you lost me on that one, bro.
Yeah. Why are you going with a Kyle Busch reference?
Because he said it after Marshawn did. He used it in a press conference setting.
You don't use the imitation of the original. That's never good. Never good.
I went next level with it.
No, you did. You did not go next level with it at all. It's just I got nothing.
There's no recovering from this, Jason.
No, it's done. Let's move on. Maybe Jarrett and the Twitch pitch will win at some point.
You know what? I ended on the plus side of things, and that's progress for me.
Everybody did. Even Nick did after going 0 for 4 to start things. But he got Leverkusen and Nikos at the end. He did. Yeah,
he did a zombie Sounders.
Yeah, he did. He did. I'm very disappointed in obviously in Arbroath because really we needed that song to make it to the Scottish Prem. But I'm most disappointed. I mean, it wouldn't have helped me actually win it, but I am very disappointed in Panetolikos because come on, we supported you.
I know, for real.
We supported you, and you did. John and I did.
Oh, yeah.
We supported them. They did not get it done.
They did not. They did nothing for us.
Yeah, the one that I needed that would have made a difference would have been OL Reign to get it done. They did not. They were very disappointing to me, and Arbroath because I'm just sad I don't get to hear that song anymore, and it'll be banned from the show. We did not get in trouble for playing it, though. That was good.
I did share the GIF I made of that to the Discord, and everyone was just. I think it made everyone's day for about 20 minutes.
We are here to please.
It was just flawless. Good work, everybody.
We are here to please. John cannot do whatever he wants, John, because he won. That's not how any of this works. There are limits to that. Twitch pitch, yes, you get Sunday again. That is true. You get Sunday. And you guys can decide how you want to do it. Ricky had the great week. Is Ricky the captain? Is Coco the captain now? I can't ever remember how this thing goes at this point.
Yes.
You guys just tell me on Sunday what your game is. I'll let you guys sort that out.
There you go.
John, you have a veto. The veto's actually not been used in quite a while.
That is true.
It has not been used in a long, long time. We don't have to do a consensus pick this time because Jarrett did show up. So we are good. 2 picks for John, and we start tomorrow. Southampton and Liverpool. We have a relegation promotion playoff in France, Paris FC, and Sochaux. We have Libertadores. Red Bull Bragantino hosting Estudiantes de La Plata. We got Boca and Corinthians. Ooh, that's a tasty game. We got Internacional and Independiente Medellin. And then we're getting into some other stuff. We've got Dutch relegation promotion games with ADO Den Haag and FC Eindhoven. Not PSV Eindhoven. FC Eindhoven.
FC Eindhoven.
We got Nottingham Forest and Sheffield United. We got Benevento and Pisa from Serie B.
Let's go Libertadores.
You want to go to Libertadores, and which one do you want to go with?
Let's go with Boca and Corinthians.
Boca and Corinthians. The full hellscape that is Boca and Corinthians.
Boca Juniors.
Corinthians first place in the group. Boca second in the group. It's a very tight group because Corinthians is on 7 through 4 games. Everybody's played 4. Boca's on 6. Deportivo Cali's on 5. Club Always Ready is on 4. Everybody's still in it at this point. I believe that the winner of the group goes into the next round of the Libertadores, and the second place team goes into the Sudamericana. I think that's how it shifts out. So you got to finish first in the group because CONMEBOL just wants to make everything insane. So this game is in Buenos Aires. It is Boca hosting Corinthians. Numbers, Boca plus 115. Boca also has the Copa de la Liga final to deal with as well, where they play Tigre, everybody's favorite underdog. Tigre gets to the final. They got to play Boca, I believe, this weekend. So Boca could get distracted. Boca hosting Corinthians, plus 115 for Boca. Corinthians is a plus 280, and the draw is 210. Last time they played was in Brazil, and Corinthians won 2-0. That was back in April. Last time they played in Buenos Aires was 2013, and Boca won that. It's been like back and forth in all their games in history. It's very, very even. Corinthians in Brazil are on a pretty good run. They are in all competitions unbeaten in their last 6. 4 wins out of that, including Brasileiro, including Copa do Brasil, including Libertadores. Last loss was against Palmeiras, pretty good team, in April on the 23rd. Boca have won 5 in a row in all competitions. Their last loss was the loss to Corinthians. They were in a spot for a while there, and it's Boca. But anyway, Battaglia, their manager, was going to get fired. He has played his way out of that, and now he is on the verge of getting to the next stage of the Libertadores and winning a trophy in the Copa de la Liga on Sunday. So, crazy one. Last place last week was Nick. I think that's 2 in a row, Nick. What you picking?
Yeah.
You got to think of a prop bet too, Nick, by the way. Just reminding you.
Give me Corinthians.
Oh,
going with the plus 280.
Oh, that's a wild start.
Go big.
Next is, well, it's not the Twitch pitch. Well, they'll vote on theirs. It's me. I am going to go with Boca to win this.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going with the home team.
Yeah, pick a I like that.
Jarrett, what you picking?
Give me Boca.
You're picking Boca.
Boca Juniors.
John, what you picking?
Hey, Nick, hit that one more time. Hit
Boca
that
Juniors.
There we go.
I'm assuming you're picking them?
That is correct.
Okay. Just checking.
Nick was the vocalization of my thought.
All right. Fair enough. Wednesday, we have the Europa League final. Eintracht Frankfurt and Rangers.
We got San Jose hosting Portland.
We have a Europa League final, and we have San Jose hosting Portland. That's equivalent. We've
Brescia
got
and Monza.
Do you want Brescia and Monza, Nick?
I want Brescia and Monza.
Ooh.
John, are you going to allow that?
Of course.
Of course. You veto stuff all the time. That's why I ask. All right. Let me pull that up. This is the first leg of this. So Brescia finished right behind Monza in the table. And Brescia is, of course, the favorite at home. 105, draw 230. Monza on the road, leg 1, 260. Previous matches between these teams, they played April 18th. Monza hosted. It was a 1-1 draw. They played December 5th. Brescia hosted. Monza won 2-0 on the road in that one. And the previous time before that, Monza hosted and Brescia won. So ridiculousness. Brescia to close things out in the season. Now they got through Perugia, and it looks like that was just a single game because it's Italy and they make the playoffs up as they go and it's chaos. Mm-hmm. They got through after extra time in that one against Perugia. To finish the season out, Brescia was unbeaten. No, they had 1 loss in their last 8. But only 3 wins out of that. 4 draws and 1 loss. They lost at Cittadella.
Spicy.
Yeah, say crazy. So Monza, they didn't play in the first round of the playoff. They did not finish the season well. They lost on the last day at Perugia. They beat Benevento before that. They lost 4-1 at Frosinone. They had another loss at Como. So in the last 7 games, they lost 3 times and won 3 times and had 1 draw. They're all over the map.
Whew.
Craziness. So I'm picking first. I'm picking a draw. I think it is classic Catenaccio. Jarrett, what you picking? It's the first leg. It's going to be tight. It's the first leg. Jarrett, what you picking?
I'm annoyed because that's kind of where I was with it too. That it's going to be like cagey and weird.
I'm sorry to annoy you.
Your apologies accepted.
I'm really not. But go ahead.
Apology accepted.
Anyway, just make a pick, Jarrett.
But well, obviously, I thought I made it pretty clear that you took my logic and my pick.
You were rambling.
Jason, if you used your listening ears, you would know.
No, he was rambling. Just get to it. Make it snappy. Come on, John. What you got?
I am going with the home side. I'm going Brescia.
Going with Brescia. Okay. Nick?
I'm going to go with Brescia as well.
You hate Monza, don't you?
I don't hate Monza.
You hate
but
Monza.
I made a claim earlier that I didn't think Monza was going to go through,
and that was what swung my rationale.
And I'm planting the flag.
Hate. Thursday. Hate. Thursday, we got Premier League. We got Everton and Palace. We got Villa and Burnley. We got Chelsea and Leicester. We got the first leg of the Bundesliga relegation promotion playoff, Hertha hosting Hamburg. We got Libertadores, Atletico Mineiro, and Independiente del Valle. We got Deportivo Cali and Club Always Ready. We got River Plate and Colo Colo. We got Sudamericana with Jorge Wilstermann at Sao Paulo. We got Club America and Pachuca in the playoffs in Mexico. We can get then kind of weird and go to Switzerland if we want. Grasshopper.
I have a Grasshoppers jersey right back here.
Grasshopper used to do a bunch of stuff in Birmingham. There was a US ISL team at one point called the Birmingham Grasshoppers, and they had some kind of connection there.
It's an old school Adidas jersey, which means that it's baggy as hell, but it has
probably weighs about 50 pounds.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Oh God, imagine if it rains.
Yeah. It weighs 100 pounds there. We got Guatemalan playoffs, Guastatoya hosting Municipal. We have the Irish Premier Division, which has the Shamrock Rovers on the road at the University College of Dublin. What the blue hell's a University College Dublin?
Probably a university college centered in the city of Dublin.
Why isn't it a university or a college? Why is it both, you jerk?
Read the title.
How can you be both?
What's it say on the sign outside the school?
Can't you read, Longshore?
Why is it a university and a college, you numpties?
I genuinely hope there is a college university of Dublin too.
I see. So you get CU Dublin and UC Dublin.
Yeah, vicious rivalry.
Yeah,
you guys are so freaking hilarious. I'm gonna look this up.
I'm so funny. I forgot to laugh.
Hi.
So it is a university. It is not a college,
but
it is a public research university. But it is called University College.
Sure. Why not? What the hell?
I don't get it. But they have a team in the first division in Ireland that's playing Chris McCann in Shamrock Rovers.
Ooh. But they're a minus 667.
I demand respect be put on our boy.
University College Dublin is a plus 2,000 in this game.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, that is true.
Get your name right, you idiots.
That is true.
Let's see what else we got. We got Romania.
Let's go with Villa and Burnley. I'll go ahead and
You're going to blow your two picks. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go Villa and Burnley here.
Good grief, John.
For the context. Well, I could have gone Union de Santa Fe and Fluminense.
Yeah, you could have went with anything that would have been more entertaining than Villa and Burnley. Aston Villa and Burnley.
Can't you read the name?
Don't let him win.
Yes, I could read the name. I don't know why they have two. That's like calling something a town city.
Yeah.
Morons. Jeez.
Moron. These morons.
Moron idiot. They could have called it that.
Oh, yeah. Katie says, yeah, I studied at UCL, University College London. I think it's a thing there.
What is the thing? Why do they do this?
Don't ask me, man.
You seem to know. That's why I'm asking.
No, because I don't eat mushy peas, so I don't know.
That's a good thing.
I'll go put the mushy peas in a cup. I have no idea what the hell they do.
The closest thing I can tell you is that you have universities here. You have individual colleges within the university. Right. That's the only thing I can think of.
Right, so maybe the university.
So UCD, University College Dublin has 6 colleges in the University College Dublin. This is still really weird.
No, but like it's the level, man.
I feel like this is a place we need to give the.
I get the university.
I get the level thing, but to give you an example of why this is weird, the University College Dublin College of Business.
The American Dodgeball Association of America.
Yes. From the Department of Redundancy Department.
Like
Because back then you couldn't have something that was easily named. You had to have an extraordinarily lengthy title and to bolster your creds. You know,
it's making yourself sound incredibly important by having a rather large title. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Quite.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Yeah, they're soccer teams bums. That's what I know.
They're plus 2,000. How are they bums?
They're plus 2,000. That's why they're bums.
Why the bums?
That would mean they're bums.
I know they're bums.
Chris McCann's probably going to have a hat trick.
Chris McCann, we will. I am with Jared on this. We will respect our.
No, we 100% respect Chris McCann.
Chris McCann.
But
100%. You will respect also the University College.
No, I will not.
City of Dublin
College. I am not respecting
and College of
Club, City, Town, United, Athletic, Sporting, SC. I'm not supporting any of that. It's
somehow we need to give them the SDH bump.
No. I refuse.
I have to draw a line somewhere.
2,000, they're not.
I 100% refuse.
Not at the plus 2,000. No.
Pick what you're going to call your institution of higher learning.
Sorry, Jared. The Spirits are not speaking to me on this one. They spoke to me on Defensa Justicia. They are not speaking to me on this one.
It is an institution of higher learning in the collegiate and university sense.
Garbage. Like this game that John picked. Aston Villa hosting Burnley. Plus 105 Villa. Draw 250. Burnley 260. Burnley has something to play for. Villa doesn't. They're counting down the days before. That's why you picked it. Yippee, Skippy. Villa won at Burnley 3-1 not long ago, actually on May 7th. Last time they played at Villa was 2020, and it was a draw. Burnley's good at that.
Is Indiana Vasilev back at Aston Villa?
No, he's in Miami.
He's in Miami, man.
I thought he was loaned back. I thought he was like.
No, he played in.
He played against Tormenta.
Yeah, he played in Open Cup.
They gave him back, I guess. Burnley's got 13 draws on the year. They gave him back.
You can't talk trash about Vasilev, dude.
I didn't talk trash about it. They gave him back. He went back. He's Villa's not very good. That's probably a good thing for him. He's going to get to play with Messi, and he's going to play Messi's going to employ him.
All right,
that's cool. That's better than being.
My family kind of knows the Vasilev.
He's going to own 35%.
No, it's good.
Vasilev.
It's better than not playing at Villa.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. Villa 5 draws on the year, 18 losses. Burnley 13 draws, 7 wins, 16 losses. Who's up? John's up. What are you picking, John?
Villa.
Okay, that's a shock. Nick, what are you picking?
Villa.
Yeah, this is why this was a bad pick. Me, what am I picking? Villa. Jarrett, what are you picking?
Didn't know if you were going to step out of line or not.
Villa. What are you picking, Jarrett?
Villa.
Thank you. Let's go to the next day. Let's go to the next day. It's Friday. Just get it over with, John. Just get it over with. Do it. Dance. Do it.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
No, that's not how it's going to get played. Nope. Try to give you your chance to get it out of your system. Nope. So the date is the 20th of May, and we've got La Liga. Real Madrid hosting Real Betis, Rayo Vallecano hosting Levante. Get it out of your system. Do it.
No.
Do it.
No.
Okay, fine. That's easy to work with. Get your picks later. All right.
Inverness and St. Johnstone, please.
You are picking Inverness and St. Johnstone. It's so easy to break, Nick.
The Twitch bitch is booing you out of the building, man.
That's fine.
Poor Sharif has come in here. Sharif's like, man, what's going on? Like, I'm sorry, Sharif, you have walked into one of the most.
Get it out of your system, John. Do it. Do your dance. Do it.
You can't mute the winner, Jason.
Do it. Get it out of the way.
I'm still laughing. Take me off.
No. Do your bit.
No.
Man.
You're denying the people. Good job. Boo him. Boo him. I've given him the platform to do it. He won't do it. Boo him. Bye. All right. Let's move on.
Friday.
John Stone. It's not as funny when you do it because you lose all control. Let's see what we can learn about this game.
See, he does this. He chases him. He chases him off. You can't mute the winner, man.
Oh my God!
You can't boot the winner.
Actually, I can, and I did. But anyway,
he can, and he has.
I just want him to get it over with.
Nope.
Yes, Sean. Jason just admitted that the Friday is funny.
No, I didn't. Not at all. I wanted him to get it over with so it was out of the way so we can actually do the show and pick the games.
No, keep going.
Jarrett came up with a wonderful pick, and now John won't do his bit, and he's going to do it in the middle of it.
Is it a wonderful
randomly
pick?
Yell. It's a wonderful pick. It's a wonderful pick, Jarrett, because it's actually a really tough game to call.
God.
It is very even between Cali Thistle and St. John's.
It's funny when John does it. Jason admitted it.
It's funnier than when you do it.
Oh, I enjoy it when Nick does it.
I'm trying to give the people roughly what they want. You are denying them bread. I'm at least trying to get them something to eat.
Denying them bread is saying, John, do your bit. Go ahead, do it. Go ahead, do it. Enjoy the entertainment.
After you booted him 5 times.
No,
I booted him 4 times because I wanted him to get it over with, and he wouldn't do it.
Poor Sharif is like, he's like, Sharif's already checking a show now somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I've had enough of this.
I mean, nothing I can do. John won't do his bit. All right, Cali Thistle 160. The draw is 220. St. Johnstone 175. Okay. Each team has 7 wins when they've played and 6 draws.
Oh.
So, yeah. Last time they played in a friendly in 2019. Why? The last time these two teams have played each other was in the Scottish Prem in 2017, and St. Johnstone won that at Cali Thistle, and St. Johnstone won the home game that year as well. I don't think Cali Thistle was very good then, Jarrett. Is that correct?
That is correct. There's a reason Cali Thistle has been in the lower division for the last few years.
Okay, just checking. So they're the home team in this one. This is the first leg. It's back to Nick.
Nick can't hold it together.
No. I'm normally really good too. It takes a lot to crack me up normally, but this show.
Sean, he's had the platform to do his bit, and he won't do his bit. Yell at him.
Oh my God.
In Jason's eyes, the monkey won't dance.
Exactly.
Oh my God. I will go St. Johnston.
On the road.
There you go.
All right. It's up to me, and I think Cali Thistle will get the win at home.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Jarrett?
Give me the draw.
Jarrett picks a draw.
Yeah, I think Cali Thistle is going to try and create something through Samuel, and it's not going to come off, and they're going to have to take this thing back to take this thing on the road to try and get it.
Sean, I don't know what K down the hammer means, but it doesn't sound like it's very effective.
K is next to the L on the keyboard. He messed up.
Thank you for the explanation. I appreciate it.
Down the hammer.
You going to make a pick now, John?
Yeah, it's going to be a draw on Friday.
God, so lame. So bad. You've ruined your own bit by making it angry and aggressive.
Had to get it in under the wire, man.
I told you had the platform. No. That's.
Well, we got to Saturday. Wanted to make sure that I got it in.
Mm-hmm. So stupid.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Coco. I don't know. I
got to pick something on Saturday.
Oh my God.
That is true.
Coco, I don't know either. I have no idea. I see people are saying I have to pick Nashville and Atlanta on Saturday.
You have to?
That's what I saw on the Twitch pitch. I'm not. I'm going to pick something else. Sorry. Let's see. Could go Tigres and Atlas. Could go Cincinnati and New England.
Yeah.
Playing again. DC and Toronto if I want to suffer. And
minus 179 DC.
It does. It makes me very happy.
Columbus and LAFC. It does make Nick happy, Kelsey. That is true. Tampa Bay and Pittsburgh. Good grief. Somebody's going to have a broken leg. Wow. That's not good. Scottish Cup, Rangers and Hearts, Jarrett. We can't do 2 Scottish games back to back, can we?
No, you would unmake the universe.
That's what I thought.
Also,
antimatter.
That's going to be coming off of the Europa League final too.
Yeah, that's rough. Oof. How creative do I want to get here? Sunderland and Wickham.
Oh, that's the promotion playoff.
Yes.
Thank you, Kefsey.
Thank you, Kefsey.
Let's see. I gotta pick something.
PAOK and Panathinaikos in the Greek Cup.
I don't like Greece anymore.
No, I know, really.
Disappointed me. Accra Great Olympics. What kind of a team is that?
What?
Mediama in the Ghanaian Premier League. I don't remember the Accra Great Olympics. Don't know them at all. Japan has an Emperor Cup.
Okay.
They have a bunch of universities that are not colleges.
That is true.
That they're headed in the right direction.
One or the other, but not both.
Yeah, they are universities. They do not have the colleges playing in that. We got the Moldovan Cup. Sheriff is in it.
Are we sure that that's going to even be played?
Yeah, I mean, it's listed. They've got to a final, I think.
Well, but there's also kind of bombing.
I know. But I'm just saying. We got South Africa.
Got a lot of J1 and J2 League in Japan.
Yeah.
South African Premier.
There's not a lot of good games on Saturday. All right. I'll go back to the top. We won't get creative. I will take then. I'll go Tigres and Atlas.
Okay.
Liga MX. We don't have odds on this. This is the second leg.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay.
So this is in Monterrey, Tigres and Atlas, defending champs against El Piojo. So I will pick first, and I think, so recent matches between them, just so you know, 1-1 draw last time they played in the Clausura, 1-1 draw in the Apertura, 1-0 win for Atlas last Clausura, last May. I think the first leg will be a draw, and I think the second leg, Gignac will score the winner for Tigres, and they will win. Jarrett, what are you picking?
Give me the odds again. I'm sorry.
We don't have odds.
So, second leg.
Tigres.
Nick?
Stand by.
Gignac.
I'm going to go Tigres.
John?
Draw and Tigres advances, higher position in the table.
So you're picking a draw here.
Yes.
So you pick a draw in the first leg too.
Yes.
Okay. Man, I didn't know which game to pick. Yo, man, seriously. What are you picking, Ricky, for Sunday?
Nick is completely broken by this entire night.
I was watching the thread, and the shade is amazing.
Yeah, I'm used to it these days. What do you have?
Nick might die.
Yeah, basically.
Nick might die.
No, well, they all want me to die right now, Jarrett. So it'll probably be me first.
Jason's being
Somebody make a pick. Somebody make a pick. Ricky Coco, somebody. Because I was killing the vibe.
Sunshine Pumper Mine.
Yeah, basically. Ha, ha, ha. What do we have now? Somebody make a pick for Sunday.
Ricky Ricardo at Ricky_Ricardo. We need to pick, quoting Coco.
Milan and Sassuolo.
Oh, God damn it.
There.
God damn.
Sassuolo.
The violence has been chosen in the most violent way known how.
Ma che cazzo state facendo?
Just to remember, Sassuolo's home record is 6-6-6 this year.
Yes.
Sassuolo is a plus 600. The draw is a 350, and Milan is a minus 227. Garrett, you pick first.
Oh man, Nick, how do you feel if I pick Sassuolo?
Do you want one more before this?
Pick whatever
Yeah.
you need.
Do you want one more before this?
Yes.
They played in November, and in Milan, Sassuolo won 3-1. Time before that, they played in Milan, April, Sassuolo won 2-1.
Yeah, I'm picking up, Ricky. I'm picking up.
Last two times they played at Sassuolo, Milan won 2-1, though, in 2020.
Okay.
After COVID.
Let's just get it over with.
Mm-hmm. Jarrett, you picking
You know
Sassuolo?
what? No. Give me the draw.
You're picking the draw. Is that going to be enough for Milan to win the title? Is Inter going to slip up?
No,
all they
have to get is a result. They get
a draw would do it. That's right.
A draw would do it because of goal difference.
The draw would do it. No, I think it's
head or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's head to head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still, a draw is infinitely more stressful.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll go draw as well.
Just because it would be stressful for Nick, and I'm the bad guy.
I'm trying to pick a level of madness that will not complete.
Jarrett says that would be infinitely more stressful, and John's like, and that's why I picked the draw. I'm like, grief. Nick, I'm picking Milan to win 5-0. Are you happy?
No.
You're going to win 5-0. You're not going to have to sweat it. Nick, what are you picking?
It's a swallow.
That's what I figured.
I knew he was going to do it because he always does that. All right.
Absolutely figured.
Nick, you have to pick the prop bet because you finished last week.
The number of cards and we'll do let's do goals in the Milan Sassuolo.
Goals in that game.
Yep.
Okay. John, you can veto it if you want.
Nope.
All right.
Nope. No veto.
So number of goals in that game. All right, Nick, what are you picking?
3.
Okay. I will pick 2. Jarrett? 2-0 Milan.
6.
Goals?
You're picking a 3-3 draw, Jarrett?
Yep.
You picked a draw, so.
I mean, cocaine is still illegal in Italy.
Seriously.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Good grief. John, what are you picking?
So I'll go 4.
A 2-2 draw. That's still crazy.
No, it's either that or 0.
Or 2. Or 8.
I'm trying to pick a different
10.
number. Yeah. Trying to pick a
Those are different than 6. Anyway, I don't know.
Are they, though?
I think they are. I don't know. All right. That'll do it on Picks of the Week. We'll see where this goes. Twitch pitch. I need to get your votes tomorrow. Just somebody tag me when you get your voting done. I think Milan handles it, Nick. You're not going to have to sweat it. Don't worry, man. It'll be okay. You will sweat it, I know, but
yeah,
he will.
I think they'll be fine. I think they'll get a goal early and be able to breathe. I think it will be okay.
Let me see. Hold on, let me see what's happening.
What's happening?
And that I'm trying to see the times and everything so I can.
It's at noon on Sunday.
Just completely clear out your schedule.
No. If anything, the opposite.
You want to be as busy as possible.
As busy as possible.
Yeah.
So Nick, when this happens, do you set notifications on your phone or do you turn them off?
No, I do. I don't do. Oh God.
Yeah, you're at noon. Yeah, you're at noon on Sunday.
We have our Sheffield Saturday game at 10:50. Guys, I'm gonna let in like 9 goals. I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
Sorry, Joe.
I'm here if you ever need somebody if you want to see them let in 9 goals, and then you want to look around and go, how the hell did that happen? I thought you'd at least be able to at least get in the way of one of them.
I thought you'd be distracted.
Much love, Ricky.
I think they'll be okay. We kind of have Bentner news.
Oh,
at least he's been written about in Norway.
I was going to say Bangladesh.
No,
well, what are they doing in Norway right now?
I don't.
He's
not in. I don't think he's in.
They're worried about. There's the Russians. There's everything else, and
NATO.
NATO and Bentner. He's the new NATO ambassador.
That's a grim life.
Ambassador.
So they're writing about Bentner in Norway, but they're writing about him playing for the old boys part of a Danish club. Man, Norway's boring.
That's why do you think black metal is like a big,
better than writing about Bentner.
Sweden and
nothing
Norway
else to do.
There's the article's about nothing, just other than he's playing with the old boys team, which is a thing, I guess, in Scandinavia, and he might show up and play from week to week. He might not. They might not follow it in Norway. They might not care, but they wrote an article about him because why not? I got nothing. I'm sorry. It's ridiculous. Come on, Norway.
Hey, Sven, should we talk about Bentner?
No. It's the most nothing article. Now, here's a better one. The
machine gun double pedal.
Right. The all-time Scandinavian Premier League 11. All-time Scandinavian Premier League 11, and Bentner was not selected.
Oh, the injustice.
Gudjonsson was the forward. Zlatan was not selected.
Peace in our time.
Gudjonsson was the forward. The attackers behind him.
Yeah, I know. It's become more of a Nordic thing. Swedish death black metal is legendary. It's the pinnacle.
Norway, it's too boring. Eriksson, Solskjaer, and Freddie Ljungberg are the attackers from the all-time Scandinavian Premier League 11. Gravesen and Højbjerg are the holding midfielders, and Riise, Melberg, Hippia, and Berg are the defenders, and Peter Schmeichel's the goalkeeper, of course.
Yeah.
No Nicklas Bentner. I'm sure he's very upset about this. That could be like a whole reality show episode.
Yeah, he's sitting there watching the list come out. Why am I not on this?
He can't even be a valet. He can only take the keys. That's it. I mean, that's where he is.
You're not allowed here. I will take the keys from you, and I will go take the car.
You're not taking the car.
Yeah. Beyond that, I don't know anything else about Bentner these days. Oh, wait a minute. We do have another one.
Oh, God.
What language is this? Okay, it is in Denmark, so it might be some decent information. Yeah. There's a really stupid looking picture of Bentner on it. You'll enjoy that, Nick. So okay,
Denmark has Klaas Bang. Why are we even talking about Bentner? They have Klaas Bang.
Amazing. Headline: Chef Records canceled at Tivoli, partying at Nicklas Bentner.
It's pronounced Tivoli.
Tivoli. Okay, fine.
You should go one day. It's a theme park. It's awesome.
I'd like to. I can't afford that right now. Chef Records were supposed to play at this on Friday.
Scotch Cheap Flights.
They were. I do subscribe.
Why are they not sponsoring this show at this point?
They need to. My God.
Like, if they want to give me a flight, I'll take it. So, Chef Records, which I don't exactly know what that is off the top of my head, they were supposed to play a concert at this, but they were instead partying with Nicklas Bentner.
So much for booking them for.
I know, Katie. They're mad because he. I mean, like, there's a long history between Zlatan and that. In Sweden, and his playing choices and whatnot, so there's a big issue.
Zlatan wasn't in the Premier League for all that long, and Gudjonsson was, so I can get why you'd go there. I mean, it's not like best players to ever play in the Premier League from Scandinavia. I think they went with best performances by Scandinavian players in the Premier League.
Yeah,
and Gudjonsson would deserve that. I'm okay with that. So Bentner. He allowed this group to do a video at his house, and he's not in the video.
Charging
him rent.
Why would you put him on?
Charging him rent.
It's I guess a Danish rap group.
Oh God.
He's put the house up for sale now. It is priced at 35 million kroner.
All right, I'll check and see what the exchange rate is on that.
But he was partying with this group instead of them performing. Okay. And Danish really translates weird to English. How much is this house selling for?
All right, hang on.
Kroner.
Danish kroner?
Yes.
35 million Danish kroner into U.S. dollars. Just under 5 million currently.
Not too bad. Any more thoughts on Bentner, Nick? You can say whatever you want. It's okay.
I try to keep the show radio friendly. You never know who's watching.
You didn't do that when the Sassuolo Milan game came up.
No, I did not.
No, you did not.
You didn't do that.
My apologies to anyone who was listening, who was offended by my language.
You weren't even close.
There are very few things that can make me break radio protocol.
Yeah, that was one.
I am typically very clean. I work very, very clean.
Yeah, bring up Milan and Sassuolo, and oh boy,
and then bang.
In this situation.
That's true. That's true.
The Italian national team is like,
yeah. The other story we check in on all the time in this portion of the show is Mauro and Wanda. And all right, somebody please tell the Sun about somebody else other than Wanda. Because the way I do this, it's very simple. It's you type the name into Google and then you click on the news tab, right?
Yeah.
And you see what comes up.
Yeah.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The first 6 are the 3-letter garbage outlet in England.
Nope.
Writing about Wanda. And
Instagram pictures, I'm sure.
Well, not all of them. 4 of the 6 are about her pictures of things. Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody please give them another name that they can become obsessed with. Please, somebody. Just anybody. We will go to Calcio Mercato to see what they had to say today about Wanda. Because I do not know off the top of my head what they said here. And no, they are doing the thirst trap pictures as well. Calcio Mercato, come on,
man.
They're of course trying to find clues to Mauro Icardi's future. Wanda posted another picture of
Wanda,
the Paris photo.
I only actually see the picture because you have to click another link to see the picture. It is a white dress.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's a thirst trap. They've got that one. They got that one covered.
Yeah. The quote is, "Happiness is not having everything you want, but enjoying what you have." And Calcio Mercato says it's a generous neckline. That's the way they put it. Yeah. Mauro, go ahead.
Coco is suggesting Mauro to Miami to be with his best friend Leo Messi.
No, he's not his best friend. They didn't invite him out to the party.
Hey,
not in any of the photos.
No, they didn't invite them.
If Messi actually ends up in Miami, Icardi to MLS is done. It ain't happening.
No, he's gonna be like, no, I'm an owner here now. No, you're not signing that guy.
No, you're gonna hear like this.
Mauro and Wanda
Leo
did
says
go.
No Icardi.
No Icardi. Mauro and Wanda went to a Nicky Jam concert in Paris.
What's Nicky Jam? I'm asking because I don't know.
Well, we figured that's why you were asking. That was the question you asked.
Yeah.
You did kind of say it in a very dismissive way.
The Wanda caption, for those who are interested.
Yes.
First of all, she's in a dress. It's a few pics.
Generous neckline.
Generous neckline.
I'm going to say that dress is doing the work of about 10 grown individuals. I'll put it that way. And
it's a different way to put it.
It's defying the laws of physics at the moment.
Okay.
It says happiness is not getting in all you want, but enjoying all you have.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yay.
Man, everybody's talking about Wanda's pictures. Like all the articles are about her pictures.
Because she has nothing else to talk about. She has not. Her husband is a Muppet failure. She knows it. He knows it. And there's nothing else for her to talk about. So she has to sell something. She's his agent. She is a media personality. And she is the wife of Mauro Icardi. And when Mauro Icardi's not performing or relevant, she has one thing to sell, and that is herself.
Mm-hmm.
She has to be the media figure. She's selling Wanda the media figure. So
she is literally a lesser version of Vicky Guerrero.
I mean, I wouldn't even say Vicky Guerrero. She's like she's a Dollar General Kardashian.
Yeah. That's a little bit more of where I'm at.
I mean, it's the it's like the mom. I don't know. It's the mom Kardashian.
Kris Jenner.
Yeah.
I think we've found the proper description. Boot Football Club .fr French. In French, this is translated. The first paragraph of the article, which is about Wanda, of course. Sunny days are coming, which is a great thing when your name is Wanda Nara, the companion of Mauro Icardi, who loves to strut around in undress indoors and outdoors, has remained sober in recent days. Okay. I mean, yes.
Go for it.
And they are now sharing like all of the different pictures that she has had. She must do this a lot because they have comments about all of her pictures.
Yep.
Man, like, can she do something else at this point?
No.
She can't find any money anywhere else?
She's painting herself in a corner. Because she went full heel when Mauro was really popping at Inter. And then when Mauro fell off a cliff, she had nothing else to go on. Like, she had nothing else because she had tied so much of I am Wanda, Mauro's agent. You will speak to me with respect. And then, she does what she does. But
I don't think Bret Hart is chasing Wanda Will, but that would be very funny.
But
Poor Mauro.
Jesus
Bret Hart
Christ.
show steal Wanda away from Mauro.
Like alarms are going off in Alberta right now.
So. Yeah, and a sharpshooter.
Hey, what did he say? but I mean, really, she has nothing else to go on now. She, all the eggs were in the Mauro was going to ball out at PSG. And that obviously didn't happen.
No.
So who's going to take him on now at any reasonable salary? The last place they could go would be MLS.
Qatar.
He's not going to go to New York. He's not going to go to Los Angeles. Yeah, exactly. And so he's going to go to Qatar, and Wanda's going to.
Will she post thirst traps from Qatar?
Yes.
They're going to.
Is she allowed to post thirst traps from Qatar?
She'll still post them. She'll find it. And so I give Mauro a month in Qatar at his new gig.
I don't think he goes to Qatar. I don't know where he goes. Honestly, I have no idea where he's playing next year.
If Mauro, I know I've been killed for suggesting in the past where players should go. If he's smart, Wanda takes her marketing engine to Japan.
Oh, yeah, that'd actually be a good fit.
Yeah. Take Mauro to Japan. Wanda would be an absolute star in Japan, and it's a market size that she would absolutely adore.
Yep.
You don't have any of the hangups that she would potentially have with a Middle Eastern club on her self-promotion. And, people would just throw suitcases of money at her to market their stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So.
You going to send him to Kashima Antlers?
What's the one that our boy went to? Not Cash. It's not Cash.
Vissel Kobe.
Vissel Kobe.
Yeah.
I could see a team doing like Vissel Kobe doing something stupid like that.
Okay. Well, in Romania, they're breaking it down about Wanda because they're writing about Wanda in Romania, and they're also posting the thirst traps. They do break down how she makes her money. Mauro earns about $500,000 a month. Now, Wanda makes over $500,000 a month from advertising contracts, cosmetic companies, commissions, all of that. So she's making more money. Mm-hmm. And she is making money from Maxi Lopez. $12,500 for each child per month.
That's brutal, man.
Yep.
That is brutal. Look, can I have a moment?
And got a €2 million house from Maxi as well.
Right. Look, people out there on the Twitch pitch. I am a 41, almost 42-year-old man.
Okay, no, hold on.
Go ahead.
Okay, to clarify, Maxi was supposed to pay the 12.5. Did not pay it. I think because they were suing one another over all kinds of things. So they did reach the agreement. We talked about that. They have reached the agreement. They're not going to sue each other. And the deal was you get the villa in Buenos Aires that's worth €2 million.
Okay.
We're
that's
done.
a good trade. Good trade.
Yeah. So that's where it went down.
That's a good trade. So people out there, if you were thinking about getting married, understand that it is just as much a business transaction as it is an emotional, spiritual, whatever. Life will sometimes go by in a blink, especially if it's fun and enjoyable and amazing, right? Make some wrong choices and watch how long life can be, right? When you're sending out bukus of cash to someone, my ex and I get along very well because we understood one critical thing. When all the emotion stuff from the failure of the marriage was set aside, it was a business deal. It was a business transaction. And yes, Coco, divorce is a business transaction. And if you treat it like a business transaction, you will be far better for it. Make very smart choices when it comes to big life decisions. Take your time. I don't care who's rushing you. The clock. Take your time. Because if you rush and you end up with a moron or some person who's like huffing paint chips recreationally, your life will be very long for all the wrong reasons. That's Nick's Populi advice of the day. Make smart business decisions. Just because someone's cute or very good looking or charismatic does not mean they're a good life partner. Because if you start hanging out and they're like, this idiot has no remote concept on to handle money, I guarantee you your marriage will fall apart because of money. So, if the person's living on Insta, Wanda, then you're going to have to deal with your person on Insta posting thirst traps nonstop in which you were the 4th, 5th, or 10th commenter. If you can live with that, have fun.
I have one more question to finish the show.
Mm-hmm.
Why did Madison Square Garden book Limp Bizkit to do a concert in 2022?
Check cleared.
Yeah.
They paid for it, I guess.
The check cleared.
Yeah.
Man.
I have no idea how Fred Durst is still getting gigs after Woodstock 99.
Dude, I don't know if Fred Durst is still alive.
There's also that. This just popped up on my Twitter timeline, and I'm like, what?
Somebody looked at the numbers and said, we can book them and we will make a set amount of profit. Which apparently was not done the one time I did promotions for a gig at Lakewood back in 2007. And it was Velvet Revolver. And I mean, you could have lobbed a grenade into the pit at Lakewood and you would not have hit a soul.
Yeah.
That's a shame because they were good.
I remember that show.
We were
talking. That where Velvet Revolver showed up 3.5 hours late. They were almost going to shut the building
you were
down.
having the Weiland issues at that point.
That's the Scott Weiland experience.
Yeah, that was at the end of Velvet Revolver. Like, they were really good. I like their stuff, but yeah.
This is the point where it sounds like someone literally just let a drug-addled gerbil loose on the fretboard of the guitar and let it run up and down.
Yeah.
This is the point in time where, like, the show before that was in like Alabama or something, and one of the employees told us, yeah, apparently last night Wyland was really messed up in Birmingham and was like yelling at some family in the front row, and it was ugly.
I watched Evan Dando, the Lemonheads, deep throat a microphone at Oyster Fest when Dave FM was putting on the show, and the PD almost like had cardiac arrest on the spot. I mean, because the guy was like, and like making this weird noise. But Velvet Revolver, I remember walking out to the right side of the stage, so it'd be stage left, and just walking straight up to one of the security guards, like, is the band? And the guy's like, yeah, he's really messed up in the back. We don't even know if the show's gonna go on. It's like, thank you for your honesty.
So you talk about weird sounds. The one I'll never get over is one of my favorite bands I ever saw live. I only saw them once. Was one of these bands that burned out really hard. It was a band called Fair to Midland. It was out of Central Texas, and they would do a lot of weird music, but they would kind of do interludes in between the songs while they tuned up because they had really weird tunings for every song. And at one point, the lead singer, who was a weird cat, just started doing like Eastern Asian throat singing, and like
what?
Hello.
Yeah, and he just starts doing holds his throat and starts doing throat singing, and we're all just sitting there like, what the hell what are we doing here? And then he climbed up on the where the lights were hanging from and jumped off and started singing again. We're like, oh, those are good trucks.
Yeah. So hey, go ahead.
This Limp Bizkit thing's bizarre because like they're on this tour. First off, a venue in Hollywood, Florida, canceled their show after booking them because there was possible chaos and injuries resulting from the show.
Who knows?
That's people our age. That's people in their 40s.
But the places they're booked, so the tour, they played in New York on the 13th. They played Norfolk, Roanoke, Atlantic City, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, Lowell, Massachusetts, Uncasville, Connecticut, the Mohegan Sun Arena.
Mohegan Sun, yeah.
Baltimore. Then they go to Youngstown, Saginaw, Gary, Green Bay, Kansas City, Loveland, Reno, Ontario, California, and they play MSG on this thing. What? This is the most ridiculous tour I've ever seen.
It's an open date. And there's enough, characters who will show up.
I was looking to see if somebody had anything about
Milord, I feel the same way. I haven't seen it. Milord, I feel the same way because if you have HBO Max
with you, my lord,
and you watch the Woodstock '99 documentary that they have, if you even had any remote decent and friendly thoughts about that radioactive oh god, I just really saved myself dropping them. That douche gerbil who ruined red Yankee hats for everyone.
He did.
Watch that documentary and you will forever look at them and be like, pick which one you want, because a lot of the issues that popped off that were there because of poor planning and poor infrastructure were just doused in kerosene and set on fire by that guy. And so, because the people backstage were like, look, man, this place is like kind of ready to pop. So don't and not in a good way. Don't. And he comes out, hey guys, let's set things on fire. Yeah, I'm like a chainsaw. And
so the show sold so poorly that the entire upper level was blocked off, and anyone with tickets was moved down.
Nice.
So
that's what I was trying to figure out.
So in New York, right before Mo Money Mo Problems popped off, you could go anywhere in New York. You start finding these multicolored Yankee hats, like either like money green, cocaine white, fire engine red, and they the fire engine red one was It was the one that was featured in the Mo Money More Problems video. And so when you had a few of us that were wearing them, and then when that video dropped, everybody on earth was buying these things. I came back down to Atlanta, and I had my red Yankee hat on, and people were like, "Hey, you look like Fred Durst." The hat went into the car. It never came back out again. And the guy ruined it. He absolutely ruined it. So the guy said,
I will have to say, looking at a few videos that were posted to Twitter from the show, the floor and the lower level that wasn't taken up by the stage, which was a lot of it, it's actually kind of full. There's more people than I would have guessed.
There's a lot of stupid people with disposable income.
Yeah,
there are. Yeah, that's bizarre to me. Anyway,
yeah, there are people who are like, "Hey, can we fire up the Camaro one more time? Fred Durst and Limp Bizkit are playing."
Yeah.
No, West.
Did they say that? Did they say it that way in New York though?
I think so.
No,
hey, Fred Durst.
Yo, Limp Bizkit's playing tonight at the Garden. Come on, let's go.
Okay, that's what I was expecting.
You shut your mouth. You don't need a babysitter. We'll go to the Limp Bizkit show. Go down to the bodega. Go to the bodega. Get yourself an egg and cheese, and stay here because Limp Bizkit is going to be at the Garden. That's the New York conversation.
And the tickets are cheap. We're going.
Right.
Oh man.
And then they're going to start screaming, "Move, Trey Young! Move, Trey Young!" And so that's going to be.
Oh yeah, that probably happened too.
Yeah, probably happened.
Yeah.
They're leaving Staten Island. They're getting on the Staten Island ferry, and they're going to go across. They're going to go across to.
On the ferry, we'll go to the Garden.
We're not making it to the ferry in time.
Yeah. Come on.
Mm-hmm. They covered Rage Against the Machine too.
They covered Rage?
Yes, they covered Rage.
Oh my God! I hope. Oh man. No.
I knew you'd like that one.
They're gonna be doing like the Mission Impossible 2 song. They're gonna be doing Rage, and then like Tom Morello's gonna descend from the ceiling with a Fender Stratocaster in his hand.
That did not happen, sadly. They did play the song.
How big of a douche canoe do you have to be to cover Rage Against the Machine as a known band? You are a known band, and you're covering Rage.
You're covering like a contemporary from your time.
One of our
that
peers,
was better than you.
Right.
One of our peers, we're doing some of their music in our show.
It's kind of weird.
No, it's like Metallica covering Megadeth.
Yeah.
Stop.
Absolutely.
Stop. You have nothing left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is quite a final segment, Coco. This is what happens when I scroll through Twitter during the show, and I'm like, Limp Bizkit and MSG, why?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I apologize.
Get on the ferry!
They were there.
Swear to God.
About 2,000, 3,000 of them, it looked like. I did see that somebody posted, I guess he works at the Garden. He was very thankful that the fans did not tear the Garden up because they're preparing for Billy Joel to play who knows how many nights to Full House.
A lot of them are the same ticket buyers.
Yeah.
But what he said was the group that tore it up last more than the Limp Bizkit crowd was Fish. The Fish fans tore up the Garden.
Yeah.
And they had a lot of work to do to fix it.
Well, and I mean, I was at a convention in Providence once. And
you have a Fish story?
Close. Same church, different pew. We were there for like 4 days, and the hotel was right next to the Dunkin' Donuts Center, which was then the Providence Civic Center until Dunkin' Donuts decided to get the sponsorship for it.
Yeah. And
so the Jerry Garcia band was playing at the Providence Civic Center, and so was Robert. And Robert Cray was playing at Lupo's Heartbreak Hotel.
What year was this?
1748.
That's what I thought.
And Robert Cray was playing at another bar in town, and he was amazing. But anyway, we go to the Jerry Garcia band show, and we come out of the Providence Civic Center, and literally it would feed right into the hotel. They were right next to each other. So we go through the parking lot. We come through the side door with our key, and we look to our left, and there's an indoor pool.
Mm-hmm.
And the amount of deadheads that were right there at the indoor pool, and this was in like November.
Sure, that was a sanitary place.
3 and 4 deep, And to your point, sir, that is exactly where I was heading, because they had to shut down the pool after the concert the next day and had to fumigate the entire thing.
That's no surprise.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So that was, yeah.
I don't think that's what the MSG employee was talking about in terms of cleaning up. The Fish fans destroyed more property than the Limp Bizkit fans. Probably a lot more of them, for one. But anyway, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Limp Bizkit should have covered Fish. That's what they should have done.
Oh, they really would have torn the place up.
We only broke the bar, bro.
All right, let's go.
Wow.
I grew up in New Jersey, man. I didn't grow up. I spent a formative period of time there, and I show up, and they're like, "Oh, yo, from Georgia, bro?" Yeah, I'm from Georgia. Yo, I heard they got a lot of trailer parks down there, bro. I mean, like, the plane doesn't have to dodge them coming into, like, the Hartsfield, but it's okay. Yeah. Like, hey, trailer park here is going to be joining us for soccer today, okay?
Trailer park.
Come on, Nick, come on. You're great.
We were on so long tonight, Jarrett's phone died.
Yes, his phone died.
Oh, all right. Yep, yeah. That's the whole thing. If you were new to soccer over there, you're going to get about
coming back.
No, you're not coming back.
Sorry.
You're going to get this much. You're going to get this much soccer, and you're going to get like this much.
Everything sometimes else. It's the other way, but sometimes it's like this.
Especially as we get toward the end of the Euro season and whatnot.
Next week's going to be a real adventure.
Yeah. So we'll be going through the transfers and all that stuff coming up, because you know what's going to happen. We will keep, and if you want the Fever Dream shows, transfer season is going to be Fever Dream.
Yes, we might be following JetAware.
Yep.
FlightAware.
Yeah, FlightAware.
The jets are
happening. That was a crazy show on that one. Good.
That was awesome.
But yeah, as far as what because we don't have a World Cup in the summer to talk about. Thanks.
No, we have Finalissima,
which I'm not going to watch.
Yeah, I'm going to be talking trash about that one.
Good Lord.
Great.
So we're going to Finalissima that we're going to talk about. But outside of that, there may be a week or two here or there where we take a Monday off or whatever. We'll give you plenty of heads up. We'll give you plenty of notice. We do have some things that we're working on that we're going to, be bringing forward, but it's going to be good stuff. Stick with us. It's going to be a lot of fun. The guys cover MLS. They cover Major League Soccer, which is the domestic league here in the United States for people who are tuning in and other fun places. We didn't do our list, by the way, of where we're showing up globally. But if you're listening from somewhere else, like, Ecuador or Colombia, Mongolia, we have people from Mongolia, or you're part of the Nuclear Tactical Rabbit supporter group.
Yes.
What's up? Represent through the years. Look, we'll keep talking about this stuff. All right. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Until next time, everybody, please check us out. There will not be a soccer down here tomorrow.
Nope.
So, but there will be, because these guys need a day off. They work way too much. They work way too much. But we'll be back next Monday. God willing, the creek don't rise. We're gonna be back. So
I'll leave you with one bit of good news, Nick.
Oh God, yeah.
Our podcast for the Stars, Stripes, and Soccer Cup event made it to number 11 in sports podcasts in Oman.
What's up, Oman? How we doing?
Number 11 in sports podcasts on Apple Podcasts.
Wow.
That show. You're big in Oman, Nick.
Yeah.
Wow, Oman. Love you guys. Appreciate it. I hope it was an entertaining show for you all. So, great. Thank you. And thank you to everyone else who tuned into that. It really does mean a lot. You heard me stumble through, half the thing, but, the guests were great, but thank you everybody for tuning in. It was a lot of fun. Until next time, everyone, much love. Mucha Euro, y'all. I ain't saying a word about Sassuolo versus Milan. Nothing else.
You're good. They're going to win. Buying stuff.